Welcome on in and gather round, gang. It's time for some more Total War Warhammer 3 news. Today we've got a Bhashiva faction deep dive, where we're going to be watching live right alongside Creative Assembly here. I'll cut this video up and then I will be uploading it as soon as I can after the live stream ends. So I honestly can't wait to see more about Bhashiva. I'm going to have to honestly wait. It looks like 21 more minutes, so I will see you all when this thing starts. If you enjoy these kind of videos, please do remember to leave a like for the like god, a sub for the sub zone, and hit that hype button. It helps the channel out, and I appreciate it a ton. Alright then, gang, we return 20 minutes later. It is time. I've got things in theater mode. I'll have to do a little bit of editing to make sure this looks alright. My ultra-large curved screen just makes things a little bit funky on my end for watching these live streams. No worries there. Let's get started.
Hello everybody, and welcome to, I guess we've called this Bhashiva Faction Deep Dive. Yeah. So we used to call these showcases, but we swapped terminology because using the exact same words as the videos, and it was getting a bit confusing. So deep dives, that's what you'll see now. But if you're around for Tides of Torment, we did all of our showcase videos there. This is effectively going to be a very similar thing. So we're going to give an in-depth look at Bhashiva. We'll start off just by having a little play around with some of the Cathay tweaks, and I've got some notes just on those, but we'll move on very swiftly, showing you Bhashiva. Some custom battle and then some campaign. Joining me here today are two guests, one of whom is very familiar. It's so familiar I didn't even feel a need to put a name on. The other one I didn't need to put a name on because it's a very familiar name. So we've got Rich and we've got Josh. Josh K, maybe we'll say.
Yeah, let's go with
Rich and fellow Josh.
So Rich,
Bhashiva,
what's been your work on the project? What's been your role?
So being a game director, I'm working with all aspects of the team, all team members on what we want to bring into fantasy for Bhashiva and the Tiger Warriors. And having a lot of fun working with Games Workshop to realise this brand new piece of content that you're going to get to play for the first time here in Total War Warhammer.
And hopefully by now the overview video has gone out, so people would have seen a little bit. I've been running around, so I've not seen.
The overview video has gone up, and I will pause this live stream a couple times so we can discuss certain things. The overview video has gone up, and I didn't get that for the recording, but we'll watch that here probably just after we get through. And it does go kind of over all of her campaign mechanics and what the Tiger Warriors bring rather quickly, so it's just kind of scratching the surface, but it's not a bad way to kind of get the grips of what her campaign and what her faction's all about. Or I guess her sub-faction to Cathay.
But hopefully people have seen a little bit of what Bhashiva's got to offer, and then we'll be diving a bit deeper. And so joining us with Rich, we have Josh K. We'll call you.
Yeah.
Josh K. What's been your role working on Bhashiva?
So my role has predominantly been handling the battle side of the Tiger Warrior, so handling the units, the abilities that come with them naturally as well, and of course working with all of our other lovely disciplines like animation, art, VFX, etc., to really bring them to life in battles. And yeah, it's been great. Been an absolute pleasure working on this.
Fantastic. We'll see some of those really cool animations. We got to preview a little bit of the show and tell. So at the show and tell, we showed the first ever footage of Bhashiva. But you're going to see a lot more.
Those animations are fantastic.
A lot more tigers in this stream.
I do hope so.
Well, if they come out.
I've seen comments that they're just reskinned skin wolves. No, they're absolutely not. They look fantastic. They did a very good job with these. And I was also one of those that was concerned. Maybe not as much as those that just thought they were reskinned skin wolves, but still.
So I think we'll show off, firstly, we've just got a fantastic piece of art that if people have, if this is their stream, the first time they've seen Bhashiva and the Tiger Warriors, they didn't see, I believe the store pages are up.
I think so.
If they haven't seen it yet, then we've got our fancy transition.
Oh, look at that.
Beautiful.
And this is what we've got. Fantastic piece of art.
Yes.
I guess really captures the character of defending.
Yeah, she looks
Cathay,
fantastic.
or...
That's it. She's meant
Much
to be
more
a really honourable character.
more light than I was thinking for a tiger. So it made the Tiger Warriors in general feel bulky, but Bhashiva's a little bit more
on the front
small and lithe.
Defending Cathay, so the fantasy of her is very much like to get out there.
This is fantastic. Look at the here, we'll pause so I'm not talking over them. But look at her armor. It is a combination of the Jade, I guess not the Jade Dragon, but the Iron Dragon's work. And you can see some of the Celestial Dragon Guard kind of plate in there too, which is great. Oh, she looks fantastic.
Defend the lands, take the fight to the enemies, and she looks pretty awesome.
The best defense is a good offense, as they say.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I am going to quickly see if my producer's listening and ask them to swap.
I don't know if she's blind or she just kind of has special I don't know, tiger side eyes, but that looks to be blind to me.
My other monitor to having the stream room feed. So if everyone hears someone suddenly run into the room and start clicking, that's what that will be. But otherwise, yeah, we're doing this live. This is a new setup for us. Since the show and tell, we made some changes to the microphones, so hopefully people are hearing us a little bit better. But we wanted to do this. We wanted to give everyone a bit of a deeper look at the faction and the character. Thank you, producer.
There
As you can see, I have not swapped, so if you can just swap there. But expect a little bit of things maybe going wrong. I mean, as they can tell, this is the first time I've had a massive desk in front of me to try and play live from a sofa, so...
Casual play, I like it.
I mean, it's all casual play when I'm playing. I can see chat. I didn't... your foot is in the way. But otherwise, I can see chat. So what we'll do now is I think we'll just jump to a couple of the cafe tweaks just to get them, show them off, show people what we've changed, just little bits, and then we'll jump into a custom battle. Typically, I tend to do custom battle versus just loads of Bretonnian peasants. So prepare to see a lot of peasants.
Poor peasants.
Right, so this is a save I cooked up last night, which is not really a save. I just needed to recruit one of each hero. So I've lost everything, but I do have one of each hero, which is all I needed. So should we start off with the Gatemaster? So the first thing to highlight then is the Gatemaster, the Alchemist, and the Astromancer have had extensions to their skill trees. Unfortunately, the person who worked on those couldn't be sat with us here today, but we have them up, and I have written down here my little list of what they look like before, so that we can have a little comparison. So it looks like here we've got a whole new branch up at the top.
Yep.
And I'll just mouse over these so people can have a look for them themselves. Culminating in spell intensity, which is quite a nice traits for it.
I'm sorry, 20% spell intensity for the Astromancer? Those would be some scary rocks. And then they do have the Warding, Heavenly Bonds, and Peerless Astronomy down here. I'm sure they get to pick only one of those. No new mounts. But they did mention last stream that they're probably going to get to it in like a couple moments here, but the Alchemists are going to get access to the Lantern. So that'll be interesting.
Grab. But we do also have here, and I think this is something that's been pulled through to a lot of the Lords.
Show us what the passive looks like.
This kind of trio of choose a specialization. Heroes.
Oh yeah, I think you have something to do with that.
Yeah. More so for the claw speakers, which we'll get to.
Demon, you're just going to show what the names are. So we got extra targeting range for spells and armor. So depending on how strong these two passives are for Astromatic Warding, which looked like it was not ward save, but physical resistance for those certain cats, likely above a certain amount of winds of magic, and then Heavenly Bonds is probably the same thing, but for... Well, this one kind of looks like the one they give you for blocking missiles, which would be interesting. Or just targeting range for dropping a gigantic rock of much further than people might expect.
Eventually.
Yes. They're the only hero not recruited in this save. So Astromancer's got some cool stuff really helping them to buff up their heaven spells there. We've got the Gatemaster, which is a pretty big tree in front of us now, right? If you look at what it was before, it was, I can see here, 4 lines with all of them cut relatively short. But an expansion here with that kind of 3 system. So
they get restock and 25% more armor-piercing missile damage. They did give them quite a bit more missile damage from what I think they were saying.
Being able to buff.
Celestial Hunter is bonus V-Large and melee attack.
Ranged.
And then Protective Oversight is immune to Psychology, 10% more hit points, and Guardian. I actually thought they had Guardian naturally, so maybe it was taken from them so they could put it in this skill here. Or maybe they just never had it and I forgot.
Themselves, but with
yeah,
more
they were all lacking a little bit from the feedback that we were getting from players at home. So we wanted to just try and pad that out, broaden that out, get it more on parity with what you see elsewhere in the game. So I think the team's done a good job.
Optimized logistics is going to give you more ammunition.
There's still some, last minute tweaks and balancing changes
then
going in now.
Preparedness drills is melee defense.
And they'll see that from the
melee defense for the entire army. Oh, I'm putting something together for the Jade Dragon. That is terrifying. Because they always had this top this top tree here. I think it's been tweaked ever so slightly, but they've always had this top tree. They added these two, and then the Implacable Spirit. So let's see what the Implacable Spirit's about. But being able to stack up this melee defense, what do you think we can get up to 100 melee defense on our Celestial Dragon Guard, or even just the Jade Warriors in general?
Creator build as well. That there's still some stuff.
Yeah.
The creators will be showing stuff off very soon as this weekend. The build they've got is not the last build, so people can expect to see some changes. So we have a few other hero actions here, which I believe are new, if I'm not misspeaking, to help buff up ammunition, and then a whole new line here.
Yeah. So there's lots of new choices.
We're going to keep pausing. That's 40% range while they're focusing for 25 seconds, and then while they're focused, also it's like a kind of a dig-in ability. 40% more range, 25% more armor-piercing missile damage to go with the same over here. So 50% total. Depending on what this number is, because there's no way it's 300 armor-piercing. But if it was, you'd be getting another additional 150, which is crazy. And then some missile resistance.
Choices.
Yeah, loads to dig into.
Load time, missile
I
strength,
think that's just the general
bandolier
basics
force,
Cathay,
and the
but
wall
we've
veteran
taken
is...
time there to try
No,
and
you-
move a few things, which I'm sure
you
you'll share in a
wouldn't.
set.
Yeah.
On tech.
What do you think it wants to summon in a unit of like peasant archers or something along those lines? I bet it's a summon.
Technologies, and there's even a mount in there as well. There's a Sky Lantern mount now for one of the characters. So yeah, there's a lot going on.
There is. And
There it is. There's the lantern. They also mentioned they were going to rework Sky Lanterns to make them more support focused. Hopefully we get to see that here soon.
we've got the Alchemist, who has gained a final ability here, I
Oh, look at that. Enables magical attacks for the entire army. Astankia, eat your heart out.
believe, as part of the trio, so giving a whole new ability as well. And looking at my notes, a couple of other embeds as well. I think embeds.
Show them the stats.
So alchemical hardening in middle. That's likely just what is it? Melee damage and probably missile damage as well, and then we get extra armor.
That's still what matters.
I literally printed it off on a picture 20 minutes ago. So looking like as well, new hero actions is a thing that the Claw Speaker as well is going to be bringing to us, right? So is it casualty replenishment is a long asked for feature for Cathay.
Yes,
So
yes.
So casualty we're going to get it through the cats. Fair. Do you want your replenishment? Here's this character pack.
bringing that in will be very nice. Right. My chat is so much smaller than it was before. So if I peer through, it's my poor vision. Should we talk about the tech tree?
Yes, absolutely. I wish you had do you have a before and after picture?
No, but people can boot up their version of it.
Yes.
They can put that on
They can just do it
We've got the
themselves.
tools here.
Yeah,
You
this
can
is
just
just
imagine.
we'll pause again. Yeah, they've done and reworked the tree for Cathay. Basically, just taking, and they mentioned in last stream, just taking all of those technologies, reorganizing them, kind of distributing how much the stats and what the numbers are on all of them, and then adding a few kind of spicy things in there as well. So hopefully we get to see some of the spicy things.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think we showed bits of this in the show and tell as well.
Yeah.
But we didn't really mouse
showed
over and
screenshots.
show any of the changes themselves.
I think one of the big things here, if you've not seen,
Unbreakable for units in Bastion Gate garrisons and 4 melee defense when under siege. These two are alright, but unbreakable when you're in gate garrisons for the Bastion. That is crazy.
that is that we acknowledge that Cathay
Oh, extra allied recruitment capacity too for all your armies. That's also pretty insane.
and Tech Tree was quite long, and it took a while to
Wujing Compass cooldown, Power Reserve. That's a new one.
get through to get to the juicy bits. Now you've got 2 tabs focused on military and on the provinces that you can have different starting points to it.
Yep.
So you can get to a lot more of the content a lot quicker.
Extra leadership. So they have kind of the Kislev. I don't remember if they had this style of anti-chaos before, but the Kislevites have a ton of technologies that are just buffing you up when you face chaos. I believe Cathay should have the same, but so probably should the Empire. Vigor loss reduction minus a third. And more leadership and spell resistance for all armies that's good, even when you're not fighting chaos.
quicker, and that's what we really wanted to focus on.
Oh, hang on now. Bonus for infantry for Longbow Riders. They get a specialization. Crowmen, Lions, and the Moonbird. 15% more speed too. My word.
Because it's a big old tech tree,
Yeah.
and there's some new text in there. There's some modified text as well. As you can
Yeah,
see,
I'll go back to
We'll
that
see
one.
a few of those, I think, because I'm about
Yeah.
50
That was
into
something
Bhashiva
new,
campaign,
Good.
obviously.
good.
Because
good.
obviously the Tiger Warriors had to be added in.
That's
to
right.
the
That's just
making
armor
sure
for
it's-
peasants.
That's right.
And I believe this central tech is
Oh.
different depending on if you're the Tiger Warriors or
Yeah, there's some nuance to who you're playing as. I believe.
yeah.
Okay, so well, that's it's really not going to be much nuance, but they have at least old Rich here is confirmed. Depending on who you're playing, it will change some of the technologies. Probably not by a huge amount, though.
I think you're right in that being able to have multiple starting points, getting into different parts of the tree rather than following more of a
Yeah, I
set
think that's a
path
great
has been
idea.
nice.
Yeah, and I think, and it also connects back to the edicts as well. So the team
One
looked.
of the things that makes the Skaven so versatile is even though they have the building requirements, they have so many places to start from and move down the tree depending on what their situation is.
At the provincial edicts and made some adjustments there, so you'll see some connections in the tech tree to this as well.
Fantastic. Then a few changes.
Oh wait, that's the Tiger building. It's an advanced military building. I was sitting here looking at this. Is anything new? Yes. So advanced Tiger building is at tier 2. Then 3 you get looks like the heroes. So those would be the claw speakers. Oh, I can't tell what this one is, and this one has what looks to be a spear. Oh, so it goes up to tier 4. I see no changes besides. Grenades and shotguns. Is this the drum? Oh, maybe I don't remember the drum being in the artillery building before. Neat.
To recruitments, I think you'd spoken about Great Longmer.
Oh, about bringing some of the tiering down.
Yep.
Yeah. So we tried to get a few.
Oh yeah, Longmire tier 4 now. That was a tier 5 building. The poor Dragon Guard, these are insane, but the Dark Shards for the Cathaeans are, with extra range, are still tier 5.
The characters and units a little bit earlier.
Yep.
Being mindful of the power creep and like not giving everything too soon.
Well, they might have, hang on, they shut off units. Oh, we gotta slow that down.
So Terracotta Sentinel still up there, but he's had some changes.
Well, we've gone too far
done
back.
to him.
And the Sky Lantern as well, right?
Yeah.
Effectively a
Oh, hang on, Nate. 152, that looks high. Speed 60? Oh, they're actually quick, and they are a Harmony amplifier. Harmony Yin. It looks like they're both. Oh my. 165 range, that feels lower than what we currently have. But 60 speed is actually not terrible. Neat.
I've heard that.
I don't know.
I've actually not
We
used the
can't
Sky
forget about
Lantern
the
yet.
others
That's
because the Sky Lanterns are legitimate, just flying garbage cans right now. There we go.
Two.
Oh, I'm just too slow. Okay, hang on now. I don't. The little comma. Maybe it only works. Oh, it only works for your paused. Fair. Okay. Now we can win. No, he didn't hover for long enough there. Josh, why? But then on the claw speaker, maybe we got some stats? Oh. Come on, Nate. Oh, look at that. That's a claw speaker of beasts. So we got a Priest of Kamal, Spellcaster, Melee Expert. 4,500 health's not bad. They are a little bit pricey. Low armor. Speed of 44 is... I think that's around to where the Demonettes start. And then 4240, that's about what the casters of Chaos are actually very good at a melee. And these claw speakers apparently are the same. Not primarily armor-piercing damage, and then that's an interesting... They stock, too, naturally. Oh, there's so much going on. And then, of course, they've got the Elemental Winds buffing for the other spellcasters, and they show off another unit. Let's see. There's your life one. Oh, interesting. Do they have different passives depending? Because that's a different than the last one. The other one was orange. Oh, that one was too fast. And then Tiger Warriors Stalkers. They're throwing disc infantry. Precursor missiles, as they're throwing disc. What for an Indian culture? I think that's the chakram is what those are called. They stalk, they fire while moving, and then they dodge. Physical resistance. So are these Clan Eshin tigers? Obviously not of Clan Eshin, but it's like the gutter runners in tiger form. 40. They still have crazy stats. 52 speed this time. They only have 2 discs to throw. armor piercing and weapon strength, and armor piercing, and anti-infantry on their missiles. Firewall moving, that's all sorts of cool. And they Vanguard deploy. Yeah, as you'd expect.
Too soon, so Terracotta Sentinel's still up there, but he's had some changes done to him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's had some changes too. Well, we'll have to see those.
And the Sky Lantern as well, right? Effectively, I've actually not used the Sky Lantern yet. As you can see, I just unlocked it, and then I had to skedaddle out. But changing to a much more of a supporting role in battle.
That's right.
Maybe we'll throw one of them into our custom battle just so we can have a look and see what it looks like. Also, maybe one of the Terra.
There it is. That's what I was looking for. Like, how does it look like more like a supporting role just because it's faster and it's a harmony amplifier? It has to be more than that. Forest spotting currently is 100%, or Eyes of the Dragon rather, is currently 100% forest spotting, and I believe leadership, so extra range and extra reload skill. Now I think Sky Lanterns might be alright. You don't want a Doom stack of them, you never have, but a supporting unit. These could be, especially if you stack this up with the drum. I think the War Drum is 10 additional reload skill, and then we go back here to the Yin. Maybe, if the hotkeys want to work with me.
Terracotta.
You're working earlier. Backwards, there we go. And Yin goes up to 20. So 24 from just the Yin Battle Harmony, which we're boosting through the amplifier. Oh, I guess 24 is the max, so it starts at 12. We boost that by 25%, which I'm not even going to try to calculate. So 12 to start, and then you get 5 out of just the Dragon's Eyes, and then some reload skill too. And what's cool about that is that's going to make things like your crane gunners, anything that has higher range naturally, of course, the percentage is going to work better on. So your cannons, your fire rate rockets, and your crane guns are going to benefit from this the most. Oh, and your skyjugs. Awesome. That's gonna be so much fun. Having about 2 of these, one for each section of your army. That way, everyone has harmony. Everyone's harmony is amplified a bit, and then everyone's also benefiting from more range and reload skill. That's going to be terrifying.
Terracotta Sentinels. I've heard the animations are a bit smoother.
Yeah, there was a pass I think on the metadata for that, so it should help on the charge to get a bit more of a impact.
Yep. Fantastic. Well, I'm thinking if there's anything else to show before we jump into a custom battle. I guess the only other thing I can think of is if we were to.
Her army is much larger than it previously was, isn't it? Hang on, as I was taking a look, her army seems rather aggressively full of units. I feel like previously it was just 3 of these and then 1 Dragon Guard. She's got a lot of troops now. A full 15 stack. Not going to complain about it, but that's pretty interesting. Oh wait, what am I saying? This is not a start. This is turn 18. Never mind. Ignore me.
Only other thing I can think of is if we were to recruit a Lord, one change people will see is there's no, while these are yin and yang traits, they aren't giving bonuses or to the province of that, and because some
they haven't in a long time, Josh. Unless it was doing it secretly.
People definitely did not see those as a bonus, right? They wanted the ability to recruit lords that they were interested in rather than recruiting based on where they were there. So that has now become part of their.
Oh, hang on now, that's new. So you can, with probably, I don't know if it's just with Lord Magistrates, but probably Lords in general, you can choose to give them a harmonious presence of Yin. Because previously, no, they didn't actually have, well, when Cathay launched, of course, they all had their effect on Yin and Yang. But when they reworked it, they changed it so that the Yin and Yang traits just were weighted for different things. So like the Yin traits would be specifically certain things, the Yangs would be, they probably categorize them at a table. And they've now changed it so it's a skill. So then whatever province they're defending is going to gain some of that harmony, which is pretty dang cool. These were how they previously were. It'll be interesting to see, because I think the End Here Art of War gave them whistling bullets, so if it does still, that'd be cool. It would be also great if you could get access to a whistling shot switch ammunition for the lanterns. Because you want the shield breakers sometimes, and then you want to scare people off others.
Top. Yeah.
So it's a choice if you wish to have that in.
Oh yeah, he gets both Yin and Yang. That's
but
awesome.
Otherwise, I'm sure people will pick up on loads of other little bits,
lots of fixes,
little bits
little
and bobs.
balance changes. Yeah.
But I will just throw us back to the couches while I set up our Bhashiva custom battle then.
Yeah.
while I'm getting there, as a question for you guys to ponder on then is, what was the thinking behind bringing Bhashiva into Warhammer 3?
Well, as you know, we love to turn over every stone, look in every little cupboard, really deep dive into
Climb
lore.
every tree.
Climb every tree. Yeah, we are super geeks, I guess, for the Warhammer tabletop, and we knew that there was content here around Tiger Men, Tiger Warriors, sorry, and that we'd love to bring it to the game. We just had this opportunity with Grand Cathay, working at Games Workshop, that could become a reality, and Bhashiva just felt like a great choice, right? Where she could embody that and really take the fight out of Grand Cathay into giving it a completely different experience, and pardon the pun, pack a bit of bite.
Yep. And bite there is. I mean, I've had a really fun time with Bhashiva. We won't be showing the quest battle for Bhashiva because I've already done it. But that was well, it'd also be 40 minutes of the stream. It's
that's Josh's PS2.
I love the multi-stage quest battle, and like that kind of it felt like a very cool narrative moment there. Right, well, Josh, we'll be thrown to you in a second then to talk us through some of the Tiger Warriors. Before we go there, just a reminder, I think people have seen it on screen, but coming out May 21st.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm glad you've said
right?
yes. Yeah, a week away.
Okay, so releasing May 21st. I don't think we'd gotten a release date before. They just said, hey, you'll learn more about them next week, and then that's all. So May 21st is when it launches. That is most interesting. I can't say more than that. Let's continue.
So there will be some coverage from our creators over the weekend, but otherwise you'll be able to see some of it.
I don't know if I can. No, we'll just continue.
The pack cost is $3.99, and that is in pounds, or $4.99 in dollars.
Yeah.
So $4.99 for Bhashiva. Her Tiger Warrior. So there's 3 different Tiger Warrior units from what they showed, and in the overview, one of them is a dual axe, one of them is the Stalker we saw there, and then one has I think it's a Guandao. I was like, go back and watch that. So we'll put that video in probably at the very end, and we'll watch that together, and then we'll react to it a little bit. But those are the 3, and then there's the Claw Speaker of Life, Shadows, and Beasts, and then Tao Yan. And then, oh yes, you have your Tiger Warrior lords, the Sawai, which those are, from what it looked like, they were anti-large, so those are pretty cool. Hopefully get to see more of the units. They said this Josh she'll be showing them quite soon, so let's continue.
My eyesight is going. It's got to be, because last week that was so easy to read.
Just ask me, and I'll just relay back to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I need you peering over the corner of the couch. So what we'll do now then is we will jump on over into the custom battle, and Josh, if you could talk us through just kind of the intent of some of the units. We'll start off with
the big cheese herself, Bhashiva.
There we go.
So, as you know, she's the legendary Lord of the Pack, and she...
Paused it too soon. I think we've already seen her stat line, but 60 armor is pretty solid. It's better than anything Kaladeshin gets. 50 charge bonus, 500 weapon strength with armor piercing and anti-infantry already is crazy good. I don't know if she starts with her weapons, so we'll have to see that. He said this is a custom battle, so she may just have them naturally. I don't see... Is there an ability for... Yeah, there they are. She's got her weapons, and then magical attack and fire. Cool.
It will be your anti-infantry blender. Very powerful, with her flaming attacks, magical attacks as well, all thanks to Blaze of Shengyang weapon, which you don't... Oh, you do have it equipped. Good. She is also...
Yeah, on top of already doing flaming attacks naturally, she is going to be increasing her damage by 20%. And then there is the lens of... Oh, what is it? The lens of the Luminarch? You get if you send a caravan to Altdorf, which is going to drop people's weakness to fire by, I believe, an additional 40%. So you got a whole, 60% weakness to fire damage here if you can combine those together. That would be utterly terrifying. Oh, did Flammable always drop your speed? I don't remember it doing that before. So now that you're soaked in kerosene, you can't run because you're slipping all over the place? I would soak a rope in kerosene.
She's sort of the embodiment of something I feel we've done really well with this particular pack, because the visual spectacle and the animations in particular are they're fantastic. I believe some people got a preview of this on the actual was it the show and tell where they briefly
She
saw
looks like Hulk Hogan.
Bhashiva.
She's
Teleportation.
hilarious.
Yeah.
And I love
really, it's just really fun to watch. But it's through those teleportations,
there,
she just
brother.
turns everything into mincemeat. And she's got some
There,
really
you're gonna
powerful
get smacked
abilities
down
with
in a
her as
second.
well.
Give me
Of course,
this
she's got
chair.
the Blaze of Shang Yang, which imbues that weakness to flame attacks. So you've got that additional damage going into already spectacular damage. And her starting ability, which is the Hidden Huntress, Bhashiva, she likes to.
Oh yeah, then because she's an assassin, she needs an assassin ability. 25% less speed, 24 less melee defense. And that can affect anyone, not just a lord or a hero. That makes her a little bit power creepy, but fairly terrifying.
She likes to stalk her prey for days on end. And, well, the last thing you'll see is either that glowing heavenly portal where she jumps out and slashes you, or nothing, maybe you've just been attacked from behind. So,
And do you know what that is? I found with Hidden Huntress, it's fantastic for both of those. I throw it on usually an enemy lord or hero that I'm charging at.
Yeah.
I also throw it on an enemy lord or hero who's trying to get away from me.
Yeah.
And those are perfect use cases of either you're going to hit me not as hard as you think you are, or I'm going to hit you and you didn't see it coming.
yep, just through those days, she's just been spending observing her target, and she's just identified each and every single weakness through the absolute detail, and she's going to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And that particular ability can be upgraded on the campaign
It can,
side,
yeah.
so it's going to be very
Which I've
scary.
just
It can be upgraded. That's terrifying. I guess what, they can make it drop speed and melee defense more, but 24 is usually debilitating for someone like Bhashiva.
unlocked.
Hey.
Nice.
And then we have Heaven's Gate.
Yeah, this is probably the holy grail of the pack, at least
Is this
for
the
Bhashiva.
biggest thing to implement? Or
Oof. I mean, it's kind of new in a sense as well, because in effect it allows Bhashiva to teleport anywhere on the map within range, I would say.
Yeah, that's in which for an assassin is completely. But that front line of heavily armed chosen with halberds or whatever. She is small target. She is so heavily armored chosen with dual axes. She's just gonna teleport right behind them and punch that corn lord in his spine, splitting it in twain.
You're not gonna
yeah.
pop to the other side immediately.
Although with Vanguard deployment, you kind of maybe.
Yeah, but that is something that has a whole load of utility to it. So, let's say you've got an enemy unit that's charging towards you that you want to interrupt. Pop that Heaven's Gate on them. Bhashiva appears, surgical strike, or maybe there's.
Yeah, you pop it right at the back of that unit as they're charging Bhashiva. In the middle of their charge animation, she explodes the back of the formation, and then if you have some of the other Tiger Warriors or something else, cavalry, whatever it might be, to hit the front, because they'll be turning around to then engage Bhashiva, and then they'll get flanked, and it's just going to be good night, sweet prince, for whatever you've just done that to.
There's a archer unit that's just harassing you and annoying you, or
Yep.
maybe just looking at you funny. Yeah, well, you can just teleport over there and slash them up in particular. Or maybe you've got Bhashiva into a bit of a situation where it's like, oh, she's being overwhelmed. What am I going to do? I know, I'll just
Also the
teleport over there.
escape
So,
pack is incredible.
yeah. And of
Shame
course,
what,
Luminous
can't
Valor, all
see
the
Huntress to get
explosions and
away.
make it
Yeah.
better. She just
Catch up.
leaves.
and of course, she'll strike any enemy target on the actual area. So yeah, it's going to be a very scary ability.
Yeah, she's fast, she's nimble, she's brutal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think the animations capture that, right? Oh, good timing
Yeah.
there. So joining, we also do have a Lord, right? Who obviously we couldn't capture in here.
I was gonna say, that's not a lord. Well, you can capture another lord in the custom battles, Josh. You should know that.
What's their playstyle like?
So the Tiger Warrior Sawai, he will be your anti-large armor-piercing melee lord. He also specializes
amazing.
in buffing your fellow Tiger Warriors as well. He's got an ability on him that allows him to. You could say he's being guided by Kamal and take advantage of the target's weaknesses. So you'll effectively have a contact phase effect attached to him, which reduces their sort of melee weapon damage and gives him a bit more accuracy onto his attacks as well. Being guided by Kamal comes with those perks, right? He'll get further abilities like when he's struck by a fire source, so like fireball or even flaming weapons.
Yep.
He can sort of control the flow of that, not manipulate it like some sort of innate ability, but he can effectively turn that against
That's really
his
cool.
target.
As he was talking there, I thought they showed off one of the abilities on the live speaker, but it looks like no, they didn't. It was just for Bhashiva. Wait, here it is.
Battle prayers.
Mantra of Invigoration. So you target one of your Tiger Warriors, and then you heal them for 0.6 for 32 seconds. That's not bad at all. And also recharge their Vigor on a 2-minute cooldown. Nice. I don't know if that's just on the life claw speakers or what, but it seems like every time we've seen them, it's only on the life. So probably each of the different spellcasters has their own passive.
They specifically affect the Tiger Warriors only, but they're pretty powerful despite that sort of restriction. And in the spellcaster variant, well, as you've said, life, shadows, beasts, all incredibly powerful laws, and these, of course, laws that weren't available to Cathay originally, so they've got that to further enhance their arsenal. And in addition to that,
they're just looking at us. Don't worry, you keep talking.
okay. So in addition to that, the transformation of Caden spell, as we all know, that usually summons a Manticore, but for the Claw Speaker Beast variant in particular, it will actually summon a Celestial Lion instead.
Oh, that's cool.
So you've got this heavily majestic being to sort of complement the
Celestial Lions are definitely better than Manticores.
So in a DLC about cats, we've given you a spell to summon another cat. What's not to like?
Where we can, we want to try and double down on that, create that flavour, that lore. Particularly, we've seen that in the past feedback, characters like Mother Ostankia and others, where we want to make sure you've got the right accompanying units, characters, to really play into that, hopefully, fantasy of you controlling the, Tiger Warriors en masse.
Yeah, and en masse, shall we start to see... I bought quite a few of them. They are so fantastic. Should we start with the standard Tiger
They're so much
Warriors?
better than I expected.
yeah.
Look at the boss. They're so much more bulky. Look, they got chubby cheeks. And actually glorious mustaches for tiger people. The dwarfs are going to be quite proud of these beards. They're gonna look at these tiger men and they're going, you know what? You're all right.
They're called Tiger Warriors, what do you...
Well, they are your reliable...
Oh, I've gone to the Stalkers as well. Oh no, these are the Tiger Warriors.
Natural warriors.
That's okay, the Stalkers are...
Banded armor on them.
They're your reliable anti-infantry early game unit. And of course, something I didn't mention before was that the Tiger...
Look at this. Here's the thing, right? They're throwing a disc that is the size of your head. Easily. And they've got only 2 of them, even though there's 2 here. They should have 3. CA, come on now. 3 ammunition. Give them 3. You can see it. You can see it.
The Warriors in general are very mobile, and as a sort of a racial sort of feat.
The axes are alright. These may be not finished, but in what the GW release, they look more like crescent axes with the kind of very pointy spike. Yeah, it's a little bit of a pointy spike, but they're much more crescent axe shaped as opposed to... This looks like a dwarf... This looks like a dwarf axe, just grown up. Which is fine, but I think having their own kind of unique variant of axe blade would be great.
They get an ability called Ferocious Ambush, which on charge towards your target, they'll further have their speed and charge bonus.
Oh yeah, so they get they also add Devastating Flanker, but 25% charge speed, 15% speed in general, 15% charge bonus, and then Devastating Flanker. It lasts for 20 seconds, and it'll go on cooldown for 90. That is awesome. That is so good.
Buff, then they'll have the Devastating Flanker attribute given to them. And of course, with that added mobility, you can probably reposition them a whole lot better. So let's just say...
Well, it's not for repositioning, it's for charging into people. Because it only activates while you're charging, so your repositioning is not really a thing. You give the attack order, and they go faster as they get into the range where their charge animation actually activates. You see it really, really well with, like, Juggernauts, because I think they blast out extra steam from the pack as they get in close. But yeah, it's only on the charge animation, so it's not really a repositioning thing.
They're in an engagement, and you've got another one you just want to quickly flank around. Or you can maybe just use that same one to attack. Pull them out, re-engage, or just flank them around and take advantage of the Ferocious Ambush. We really wanted to play into the theme of tigers just being ambushers. And they'll slowly approach, slowly observe, and then before you know it, they've just got that really fast, devastating charge on you.
Yeah, and it's been really cool to see, especially with stuff like ogres. You fight a lot of ogres at the start, and while I'm not beating them on the charge, if I'm able to hit them, have one Tiger Warrior tank it and have the second coming in with that charge, they're almost able to do a second wave of "How dare you!"
They don't like ogres, right? So they really despise them.
Oh, I didn't realize they didn't like ogres. So Zhao Ming, on one hand, has one of his lords despise ogres, and on the other hand, is best friends with Greases. Also, if you look at where she starts from the overview, she starts at the Bone Road. Or not the Bone Road, she starts very close to the Maw. That is going to be a nightmare for both Grimgor and Greases. Much more for Greases, because now he has a tiger. He's got a tiger threat, as well as a big green mushroom threat. It's going to be a bad time for the King of the Mountains.
If anything, the ogres are kind of the opposite end of the scale in honourability to the tigers, and yeah, that's why they aren't too pleased if they meet, but they will fight alongside them for Grand Cathay when Zhao Ming asks of it.
And they're tier 2, so they'll be the first Tiger Warriors you're able to get. Obviously playing as Bhashiva and playing with the Claw Speaker, you're able to buff these guys up pretty nicely, especially with some of Bhashiva's mechanics. So everyone, just remember that's what the stats look like. That's that's the balanced version of them. We will see what I've done to them in campaign, where I've gone all in on Tiger Warriors. So the second one you'll be able to unlock is the Stalkers.
Yeah, they sort of play into the stalking element of the tigers as well, but also.
And they have kind of gone for a dwarf aesthetic with them, where maybe I don't know if the stalkers are older, but they definitely look older. Or the longer the Tiger Warriors have been fighting, they've got longer hair, longer manes, longer beards, and that's really cool. They're a combination of kind of your Indian culture, well, which we haven't seen much of what Ind has going on down there, but they're our first look at Ind and kind of the armor they have, which is similar to Cathay, but different enough to be very distinct. And actually, if you're this, I think they're playing as the Burning Wind Nomads here. This is why this looks fantastic with the red. I mean, yeah, I like it. I don't know why we've got throwing knives here and only don't show a bunch of ancillary throwing weapons when we only have 2 ammunitions. Yeah, that just looks bad. Either way. Oh yeah, I was saying they're very similar to what like the Da we honor, which is cool. They would get along with the dwarves probably famously.
They're more stealthy, so
all those weapons are gnarly too. Oh, they've got the claws. Augmented claws for your normal claws. You lose this one, you still got a backup.
They're again more ambush oriented too, but they've also got the precursor missile weapon, the throwing disc.
Yeah, they've got throwing knives just all over them.
And they look so cool when they throw them. They may be limited, but it's quite damaging. It's one of those things where it's like on charge they'll throw it, just weaken, wear down their target.
Yeah, they're like skink stalkers too. I realize that's exactly what they are. They're skinks but bigger, and they throw gigantic metal discs.
And then they'll just and then the ambush, the ferocious ambush ability I said earlier, that just complements their damage even further. So yeah, they may look fragile, but no, they hit quite hard, and when used in the correct situations, well,
they've got 2 volleys, and then they've also got ferocious ambush, right? They're a lot easier to ambush with, I've found, thanks to Stalk.
And again, there's utility with them as well. You can have them throw the discs on charge, or you can just harass your targets as well, wear them down, and then going on the charge, or just kite them.
And the discs
make use of
so
it.
cool.
Yeah,
that is such a cool weapon to be throwing. So lastly, for the Tiger Warriors, then I think this is my favourite. They have won so many battles that I'm like, I don't know, guy. I don't know if this is gonna work.
Iron Claw Warriors, armored with 60 armor, so I think that's less even than the Jade Warriors. 40-46, so their stats are nothing insane. Obviously, you can buff these up through your Tiger people, as they've said, so these will go from being fairly balanced tier 3 units to being crazy. Bonus V large armor piercing, and I think these are the one and only Guandao infantry we have, and they look at these things, they look incredible. Well, let's get it better.
You can tell immediately the armor on them, right? These pauldrons
are great. Defend the neck bits of the Tiger people, and they have these big old bushy beards. This is just a long beard that has been pasted onto a tiger, and I'm fine with it, because long beards in tiger form is something I didn't think I would be here for. They're so chubby. They're great.
Serious business to try and take down.
They are the elite, the most loyal to Bhashiva as well, the Iron Claws. Again, similar to the Sawai, they are armor-piercing, anti-large sort of dealers as well. Again, with that same mobility complementing their sort of durability as well there. Very, very dangerous.
Yeah, they are. I
I
mean,
think
against
this is
ogres
like
at the
the
start.
bonus versus large, or charge defense versus large, and expert charge defense, or is this charge reflection? It's one of the two.
I think Bhashiva starts with a unit of these, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Keep them alive as long as you
Yeah,
can.
no, absolutely.
Like, keep them alive. They
Yeah.
are so good as both the hammer and the anvil.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
are worth the investment, and
Yep.
they are absolutely worth keeping alive.
So we do have the Sky Lantern here, which I'm sure people will be able to. A Sky Lantern? Oh no, I've clicked on the
I thought
top.
the Sky Lantern was counting as a tiger too, because that's not. There is surely no way.
I was about to say that's not a Tiger Warrior. So
There's just a tiger up here. If you could get the claw speaker in a balloon, that would be hilarious. And it gives the balloon somehow
They
some
don't fly.
decent melee stats. It gets those 40. Yeah, actually, you know what? I take it back. CA, give the claw speaker a balloon. You won't.
no. So Battle Harmony's here. Eye of the Dragon. I'm sure people will be able to
Which I think wounds on a balloon is kind of silly, but I guess it's better than the balloon crumbling away, because you get this part of it nicked once with an arrow and it just goes fzzz and falls over.
have a look and pick those apart. I will ask the production team if they can prod my producer and just ask him to zoom in on the chat and the other one, because I tried desperately to do it and I couldn't do it, but I cannot read.
I don't see anything new there with the terracotta. They may have redistributed the stats. I don't remember it being quite that heavily melee attack focused, and I also don't remember it having magical attacks base. Everything else, though, it looks fairly standard. It needs, so they really do need to go back through and get a kind of a full sweep of units that can hit walls. The Terracotta Sentinel is one that should be able to tear walls down. This is a pole that could do some pretty terrifying damage, likely, to a wall. If it was actually made of terracotta, it would shatter when you hit a wall. But this is not how this works. It's magical china.
just have to look like
This bit, or this bit?
Both.
Both.
If you could just zoom in on either of them, because my eyes aren't what they used to be.
I can't
and
see anything
by what
from
they
you.
used to be, I mean last week. That was a lot more visible.
I can't see anything from here, but I'm hoping it's all. This looks great.
Thank you. If you could just control scroll on both of those.
I think there were some comments about some.
That's okay.
quality
Those with poor
and
eyesight
Oh,
are the
yeah,
protagonists
they-
all
Moustaches
along.
there.
Oh yeah.
You know they must spend a lot of time braiding in the.
Oh yeah, they may look like beasts, but they're actually quite civilized and very. Well, there is a particular honour about them.
What, they're gonna go beat up some Bretonians?
uncouth like the ogres. They're the exact opposite.
Oh, thank you.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
Hang on,
see, now I can read it.
Off.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Can you do the bottom one as well?
One more.
Yeah, you're fighting for control of my mouse right now. So, we've clicked on Bhashiva, so they'll have heard the voice
Yeah.
lines. Unfortunately, we don't get the opportunity to. Really cool voice lines as well.
Yeah.
What I've liked is you hear just little layers of the lore. I've found, like with some of
I
the
heard
things
her
they say
talking
that just
there.
oh,
She
that's
sounds like
interesting.
Dakota.
Yeah, it's not just through the animations. You'll see or hear, in this case, a lot about who the Tiger Warriors are. And yeah, our animation audio team, they've all done a stellar job. And if they're watching this, well, you know who you guys are.
I realise the Bretonian peasants have an awful time on this hill. Like appearing over the top of the hill and seeing these guys wandering over. So there's the
Smash.
Oh yeah, they hit quite a few more of them. It wasn't anything insane. If you could get them to do that, the twirling animation with their, I guess they have a dual-sided Guandao. You could just blend through any infantry formation you walked in. Just do the General Grievous, no problem. I don't know why that's not an animation actually. They're losing models though to Bretonian peasants. Maybe they just took some damage on the charge. It's kind of funny. There are a bunch of them.
let's see if we can throw a precursor weapon.
Oh, yeah,
these guys. I
definitely.
think they've actually
Yes,
thrown
let's
some of
see.
them already.
Yeah.
But it's there we go. Sliced
Yeet.
a Bretonian peasant in half there.
Hit like a
Yeah,
three of them.
Yeah.
The ones who came up against the Terracotta Sentinel were definitely having the worst time.
Yeah.
Those are nowhere near the same animations as Skinwolf. You guys get out of here with
Bhashiva
that
as well.
nonsense.
We can show Heaven's Gate.
Oh yes.
Maybe pop in.
Oh man, that looks incredible.
Good for getting out of jams as well as
Oh, yeah.
getting into them.
I can't believe that TV's turned itself off. I heard it happen in the background. I was like, every time we stream that TV turns off.
It was just struck by Bhashiva's teleport.
It
It was
was.
just too good.
She went from there to there.
TV dropped,
And
yeah.
we've got the... Oh, I left him... Oh, Claw Speaker, he's having,
no.
having his own fight.
Oh, we can hit people with force bombs. That's
Well,
fantastic.
they're
He's
pretty
basically,
decent.
he's
They are as
basically
well,
a
yeah.
Lucario.
Again, you can spec them
In
further
Tiger
towards
form.
that sort of element on the campaign side, especially. Oh,
Heal himself up,
Yeah.
just make sure he wins it.
Heals are insane.
Then we'll jump into campaign now. We've shown quite a bit of of just some of the bits. We're going to show a lot more animations because I think the first
Yeah.
battle is going to be up against Kolek.
Nice.
And we'll see how that goes. Luckily, I got a
Good
few more of
target.
the spears before my
Yeah,
battle
yeah.
started. But yes, we can see chat, so we'll try and grab any
Kolek's a
questions
pushover.
that are relevant for us. And I can now see as much as I can see, which is nice. I won't have to run to the opticians next week. Right.
There's a lot of talk about Skaven there. So.
There is.
So Sean's obviously enjoying that.
I think the show and tell has got everyone really excited for everything that we're working on across the board. Right, this is my save. So I play on hard. That's just where I like
It's
to
just
play.
how you roll.
I had this is my second campaign with Bhashiva, I think, because I don't want to say I lost the first one,
It's just a test, right?
but I definitely looked at it and I was like, it would take me 15 turns to get out of the mess that I've created, and I would rather just start again for the stream and get something that's not in such a dire position.
yeah, you didn't lose. You just decided to start over.
Exactly.
Right?
So Bhashiva starts down here, right, in Veil of Titans.
That's right.
So
She starts in the Veil of Titans. That's really, really close to Greasus. And I like this. She's got like a mint ice cream color.
you've got Cathay to the east.
Yes, there you go.
But mostly you're going to be expanding here. And I found that the campaign to me has kind of been a choose who you want to ally with and who you want
For
to
sure.
go and fight.
For sure, I think we've experienced that where some
Well,
people
you're playing thematically. He was playing thematically and allying with Greasus. I think in our own Bhashiva campaign, good old Greasus is going to meet these twin Katara.
north, and then I mean, for me, I've loved going into the wastelands, fighting the Chaos Dwarves and Tretch.
Yep.
Just get rid of him. But some people like to go back
Yeah, Rich. Yeah, get rid of Tretch. He's the worst.
in and protect
Yeah.
Grand Cathay as well. So there's that choice there to be had, and obviously you've got
Yeah.
ogres like Grecius himself.
And Grecius as well. So you called him out of. I think I got a little bit lucky in this campaign because I had an unusual location, which was this was an unusual location.
Oh, we got the Ogre Mercenary Camp. Yeah, me and Fableheim got this in our co-op campaign, or at least I did. And this guy here, the Session Maneater, yes, you get the extra relations 100 with Ogre Kingdom, so that let him get an alliance pretty easily. But this Session Maneater and this Thunder Tusk are some of the single best units for helping you defend a settlement, even if it's a minor one. Someone comes in with a big army and they meet a Regiment of Renown and one of the single strongest units in the Ogre Kingdom's roster, it's a bad time. These two Iron Fist Bowls, they're just good to have. Yeah, that's insanely useful. I'm not going to say you control commanded that thing in there, definitely not, but that's pretty lucky.
An ogre mercenary camp pop up
Oh,
about
nice.
turn 5.
Nice.
So I've really not had to fight any ogre I didn't want to fight, which has been spectacular.
Well, that is in line with Bhashiva's character.
it is.
Actually,
It felt
because
very.
yeah, she
fitting.
prefers to make alliances, and well, when it comes to killing potential allies, that's something she would really rather not do.
I mean, I did also get the pawnbroker, and you'll see a couple of those items being used by Tao Yan, which has been spectacular as well. The one that I will have to demolish.
so you got
which
Tao Yan?
definitely
Well,
doesn't
it's
feel
turn
very
46, you better have Tao Yan.
Is I had honestly a 15 turn mini war within this campaign
Zardagrund.
to take over Zarnagrand.
Oh yeah.
And they've got a dark gift in there, which I know I should remove. I know it, but I really want to get more Iron Claws. Who've been blessed by the
What
dark
were
gift.
those stats?
So
you
let's
don't
talk a
need
little
to
bit about.
Graze. That was, I think it was like 56. Oh no, I've gone back way too far. Well done, Wizard. You've ruined everything.
So let's talk a little bit about Bhashiva's campaign mechanics. Richard, where would you want to start?
Well, she's different. She's different to Grand Cathay.
Yep.
She has her own features, and she has content which still uses Grand Cathay as a basis, but in some places where we didn't think it was befitting for her, we've removed some of those elements as well. So What you'll notice is that the Woozing Compass isn't there.
Ooh, some people really don't like this. See, I don't have a single problem with it. When your campaign is more challenging or set up differently because of the way your faction would naturally play, I do not have a single problem with this. You just have to find other ways to allow that faction to buff up those units that they're going to be getting as their max tier, instead of where whatever it might be that they're missing out on. Find other ways for you to make up for that in other specific areas. Doesn't mean you need to make sure all the gaps are filled so every faction's exactly the same, but find other ways for them to min-max. That way they don't really feel the loss as much for those mechanics that they may not get. But I don't have a single problem with Bhashiva being not fully Cathay because she's a tiger. She's not a Cathayan.
There.
Yep.
And she doesn't support the Great Bastion, but she does go and protect, like on the Ivory Road,
Yes.
the caravans, and then she has her own bespoke features which revolve around the armies of Shenyang.
Yep.
So, in her lore, she is one of a number of lords of Shenyang, same as Tao Yan,
Yep.
and also Zhao Ming. Zhao Ming obviously sits above them all, and he's like the protective figure. But they are bestowed with control of forces to get out there, take the fight to the enemies, and protect the Western provinces. So that's where you'll find a lot of your time in.
So with Bhashiva, we're kind of a vassal force of Zhao Ming. I hope they don't make us a vassal. Also, look at these. We don't know exactly what that is, but there is something additional that has been added. There are other scrap upgrades for Cathayans now. How funny. And the Grace of Kuai Yin. You gotta have the Grace of Kuai Yin.
The game.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, while Bashiva's
there's
trying
Taoyan.
to catch Zhao's attention and get Iron Favour, which we'll see in a moment, she's also inherently got this kind of connection back to Ind and her heritage there. And so she's sorting out relics which provide the kind of opportunity to reinforce the way of the Tiger Warriors, improve their output.
That's
and,
like one of these up here.
I guess solve matters of state,
relics.
if you like, within the...
Is this icon from what that said? You use the relics of the Tiger Court. So he's got one relic right now. This has got a Zhao Ming symbol. He said, did you see the Iron Dragons? Yeah, that's Zhao Ming's favor. I can't tell what the rest of this is. Leadership. Oh, I figured it out. Well done, Wizard.
Tiger Court.
It is cool, though, that she does get access to the caravan, so she's going to be making good money. This, I believe, was the court. Well, I don't know. I think this was the court, because it's got the same symbol. And then that was the armies of Shenyang that he mentioned.
Which is the other feature that we have.
So we'll dive into those one by one. Should we start with the Ivory Road, because that's maybe the most familiar? Yeah. So it's kind of a
Also, it's protect caravans. Instead, I saw that it's a little bit different.
twist, right? Instead of, I guess the flavour of this is not that you're necessarily sending your own caravans, is that you're protecting the caravans of Cathay, which...
Yeah, that's spot on.
And they're
I've
paying
managed
us
to get 2
for our
slots,
work.
because I
That's
believe
cool.
Shiva has a skill that allows you to do so.
Yeah.
So
Wait, look at that. That's scrap upgrades. Absolutely. Or at least some kind of upgrade. So those are... there's no telling what they're called, but you're putting something to upgrade your Jade Warrior crossbows? Oh, please be range. Please be range.
we'll send one off. But they'll notice there's not just gold available here, there's a second resource. And I am burning.
Iron Favor. So you can go out for protecting. You can either get paid in gold, or you can just do it for the goodwill of Zhao Ming. Cool.
Through this second resource, so it'd be nice to get. I'm also, as people can see by my treasury, burning through gold. So anything would be nice here. These caravans have survived quite a lot, though. They've picked up some odd.
Yeah, they still can. So you can still get the different units from your different journeys around the world. We've obviously flavoured it to the Tiger Warriors themselves. So you have your Sawai caravan leader leading the forces in protection, and along the way you might get dilemmas now which ask of you what do you want to bring into the forces, which might be tiger related as well. And if you're very lucky in the Ivory Road, you can also find the odd relic as well.
You can, because I believe I've got a couple of them. So Bhashiva's actually pretty good for items, I found. But I did get, I believe, the anchor chain was from a caravan. Maybe even the star metal plate.
The anchor chain and the star metal plate. Those are both pretty good, but like I was saying, where does he have it over here? He took the Heaven's Gate off for the other Trickster Shard. Josh, what are you doing? That's a teleport. Frostworm Skull, you've been all over the place. but he hasn't picked up the best one. The Statue of Jar, huh? No, the best one is the Lens of the Luminarch, which drops people's fire weakness by 40, or adds 40% fire weakness. It's incredible.
Right?
Yeah.
Some of these are from the pawnbroker, some of these from caravans. But immediately, obviously, I strip the caravan master of all of these relics and bring them over to my armies.
Yeah.
I see the production team have very kindly asked if I want someone to come in and turn the TV on, but it's fine. It's like 7 buttons to get that thing to work. So there were a few questions from chat that I saw were interesting. I'm going to desperately try and remember them. One of which was highlighted is how does Bhashiva work with Confederation? Is she able to confederate the other Cathayan factions?
Yeah, we do have Confederation options, but she, as I said, they don't use the exact same mechanics as one another, so you won't get the benefits like the Wuxing Compass or the Tiger Court and all that.
But also Zhao Ming is slightly different, right? Because
so Zhao, yeah, you won't have ability to declare war on him because they have that symbiotic connection that if you don't know the story behind her that I think we touched on last time, the Tiger Warriors essentially fled from the clutches of Zinch, and her ancestors from tens, hundreds of years past ended up there in the Western deserts with Zhao taking them in and supporting them. So they've pledged an oath to him, and Bhashiva continues that oath.
Yes.
And
looked away for a moment. Okay, so we got Justice, not Vengeance. I know they saw the Hidden Huntress. We'll back that up too. So when a hunter cannot help but hate their prey, extra effort must be taken to center one's soul and ensure the kill is righteous. 20% casualties captured to bring them home. 8 more leadership when facing ogre kingdoms and all the different Chaos Aligned factions, and 6 more melee attack for the same. That's pretty good. So going backwards here. Slowly. There we go, Hidden Huntress. She gets unspottable. Okay, so Hidden Huntress upgraded is, they lose armor. And then double the melee defense drop. Everything else is the same. Yeah, they lose 30 armor. That's pretty terrifying.
Pledged an oath to him.
Yeah.
And
Bhashiva, did they go for the Desert Tigress too? Maybe I looked away for longer than I thought. Western Cathay's far-flung deserts gave Bhashiva's ancestral line a place to hone its ways and bring forth the world's most resilient desert warrior. Replenishes, she becomes corn, wound recovery time -2 turns, and cooldown reduction to ferocious ambush. Just for herself, though. Man, imagine that was for her entire army.
Ended up there in the Western deserts with Zhao taking them in.
Unspottable also is pretty crazy.
They've pledged an oath to him, and Bhashiva continues that oath.
Yes.
And so she pledges that loyalty.
15% resistance, 10% resistance for all of your Tiger Warriors, causes fear for herself and fear for the Warriors as well. For some reason, they didn't already scare people. They're Tigers, gang. Precision beats power, timing beats speed, and reputation precedes greatness.
That honor. So as much as she's like a mercenary in that she's sort of paid to fight, there's a...
At the head of the court, we've got Bhashiva increases her standing. Her Tiger Court strengthens its influence under Zhao Ming, consolidating the White Tiger's military and political prestige. Extra caravans. She gets more caravans, and then allegiance points gain plus 50% for all of your human good guys and the dwarfs, and then 2 extra allied recruitment capacity. Interesting. So you want tigers, and then what? Cannons and tanks? Ooh, tigers and tanks sounds fun. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna get. Volley gun tanks and tigers.
A real honor behind that, and so they won't clash.
And you can see here as well with the Elysian.
Bhashiva fighting against Zhao Ming would make 0 sense.
I've just been flicking through the skills as you've been talking to so people can see them, but that kind of honors that commitment, right?
Yeah.
So able to work more with those factions, Cathay amongst them.
She fell to chaos.
Culminating in story.
Enables the stalking stance. Well, then she becomes a Skaven. In Great Big Tiger form. Extra campaign line of sight so you can find your prey, and then ambush success chance plus 15%. There are no additional, I don't think. Not that we can see ambush success chance bonuses through your Cathayan lords, so she will only have this bonus. She won't be the best at stalking, but in places that are like jungly and full of trees, you're going to have a bad time. Oh, those who hunt and scout for Bhashiva. I think we already read that. Yeah, extremely high standard set by the White Tiger herself. Yep.
Walkers of Excellence, which stalking stuff.
Getting hard to hit for her first one is very interesting.
Stance is very nice.
Yep.
I'll tell you what, Xiaoming loves to push you to go and fight Chaos Dwarves, and Tiger Warriors, very good against infantry, but armor is where they struggle, depending on how you dedicate your relics, which I did very poorly. I definitely could have dedicated...
Well, you saw the Stalkers are fully armor-piercing, as are the Iron Warriors, so... as long as you're fighting with those two units, you should be doing fine. Plus, crossbows.
them into armor-piercing more. But I did none of that. So the stalking stance was a big help there, as you can imagine. So yeah, showing the expected kind of trees here, but Unyielding has now got some of the Tiger Warriors, right?
Oh yeah, the Tigers are in there. All of them. Some of them. All the Tigers are in there. So 6 more defense and attack for all your Tigers as well. That's pretty solid.
So able to buff them up there. I believe there's a second, or is the... Oh no, are the Stalkers separated out?
No, they're in Unyielding.
Cool. And then we have similar over here.
And then there are the Blades of
really
Bastion, so they get also bonus.
One thing to call out, we didn't have them in the battle because they're not part of the pack, but Tao Yan is the free LC coming with this update. So you can see, I have had a incredible time with Tao Yan in an ogre-heavy part of the map.
Yes.
I mean, and someone's going to have to go fight Kolek, and I'm looking at Tao Yan to be the person to step up and do that.
Yeah, she is very scary, and you can spec her into something absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, look at those stats. 81, 81. For a foot hero is terrifying. I got cats battling. How about you girls just chill? Okay, neither one of you are Talia on the... No. We're not smacking each other. You chillax. Smack him the second I stop. Anyway, Talion's got the Tyrant's Talon. Or the Tyrant's Talon. Horrendous wounds inflicted with brutal intentions display the hate delivered in triplicate by the sharpened prongs of Talion's Great Trident. It's so great, in fact, you can't see it. Just this part. Hero action success chance plus 10%. Melee attack, weapon strength 25% is crazy. 5 versus large is not much. And then the ability Tyrant's Talon. The Merciless, 18% ward save. 10% physical resistance for Jade Warriors, minus 6 leadership for everyone in this region. But these stats are crazy. We'll have to see what kind of bonus large she actually has, but that's good stuff. Armor of the Oceans.
Yeah, the Tyrant's
Like you already
Talons.
have.
I have. Armor of the Oceans, I got. That is definitely a pawnbroker one. The regeneration on her is very tasty, as has been the ward save. But yeah, these skills, we showed it in the show and tell, but
Yeah, Iron Dragon's Enforcer. Following Tao Yan's statement as the Lord of Shenyang, the Iron Dragon also sees fit to grant powers to exploit her infamy from punishing Cathay's enemies. Leadership drop causes fear for all units, that's so good, and then Ultimate Verdict. Which is likely a Hex.
her kind of base ability... Is it Ultimate Verdict? Yeah.
We can't see it, but we at least see a melee defense minus 24. All enemies in range.
Executioner is super strong against these high health entities, right?
Yeah.
You're able to shortcut a lot of that life.
Yeah, Executioner works on anything that's a single entity, not just a lord or a hero.
Exiled for doing too good of a job at putting down those pesky rebellions, but the reason for that was she just executed everybody.
Root out the traitors, the remnants of the children of Yin Kuai. So you put the Kuai Yin. That's a little bit rude, isn't it? Will be chased down, put to trial, and punished unto their final breath. Let all would-be insurrectionists know it. I will stab thee with a trident. 5 more control. Enemy heroes are going to have a bad day in her province, or her region. And then you've got less corruption, because she stabs cultists.
Yeah. So, well, root out traitors is a skill. I mean, all of these skills seem to tell that story, right? Fearsome reputation, rooting...
No. You don't get to just... Not that quick, brother. Come here. Tao Yan lives by her bloodthirsty reputation, which has her enemies cower before her and those who fight in her name. 10% more health, 5 more defense, and she's unbreakable. Oh, well, that's not good. With this stat line, we don't know what kind of... Oh, she's got 90 armor. You are going to want... I don't see any spell resistance. You're going to want to zap her with Spirit Leech. Aggressively.
Story, right? Fearsome reputation, rooting out the traitors and ruthless standards.
Oh, you know. You thought. I can see this, though. +1 rank for Jade Warriors, +1 capacity for recruitment, and then 15% less upkeep for all those Jade Warriors. Ooh, she's gonna be so she's in Zhao Ming's court, but she's gonna be so strong in Yuan Bo's faction. The enemy are not the only ones to dread her, for Tao Yan also triumphs by taking every possible liberty from the troops she serves. Sorry, what? Does she just steal from all of her men?
Just standards. Not someone you want working in the office with you. Unless you're Bhashiva, I guess, you know?
Yeah, maybe she's a cat lady herself, but...
Yeah. And
we don't get to see what one step backwards does, or not one.
I feel an urge maybe to put Tao Yan in with my non-Bhashiva army. I have like a standard Cathay because the fear for all units in the army is really great, but Bhashiva's giving that to the Tiger Warriors. Yeah. So now that Tao Yan, I've kind of had them together doing all of these battles, it actually feels like I'm maybe ready for Tao Yan to go out and help other Cathayan.
Oh, yeah,
so
definitely.
A nice little emergence there.
She can further
Xiang Yang's Blade and Claw. Though known for her deadly trident, Tao Yan's proficient swordsmanship allows her deadlier speed in the cut and thrust of claustrophobic combat. She does get more speed, that's why she's moving at a pretty good clip for a heavily armored foot soldier. 6 attack, 8 defense. Oh, she also doesn't get any kind of mount whatsoever. Give Tao Yan the lantern, you cowards.
Augment the Jade Warriors as well as a part of a formal role.
Oh, there we go. 10% resistance for Jade Warriors. Let the Jade battalions know their death, or this. Death awaits any who succumb to cowardice. She's literally one of the, oh no, their names are slipping my minds, but the guys in 40k with a sword and the pistol, they shoot people who try to turn around. Commissars. She's a commissar. I've got 8 more leadership, 6 more melee defense for Jade Warriors. That's crazy. Because I believe you can stack up a bunch of additional melee defense with the Gate Masters. So, like I said, let's see how we come to see how high we can get the melee defense on Jade Warriors eventually here. That shall be a campaign.
Was Lord of Shenyang.
I mean, those skills are wasted here. You can see in my army I've got. I love the tigers, so I've gone pretty heavily on them. So that's their skills and that's the caravans. Shall we talk about the Tiger Court, or do you want to talk about the armies of Shenyang next?
But last chat.
Okay, if I see either the words Tiger Court or armies of Shenyang next, that is the one that I'm going to click. I don't know how much of a delay there is on this. Also, I did see someone say, when's this coming out? And they've got to be rage baiting me. Okay, I saw Tiger Court, so let's have a look. This is a really cool...
looky here. Devote relics by selecting one of the 3 pillars of the Tiger Warrior culture to guide our people towards strength, order, and betterment. To uphold these teachings is every Tiger Warrior's duty whenever we roam or wherever. The prophecies of wisdom of our forebears must burn unburned. So you devote relics to one of these 3 pillars, and you get bonuses. So the one of the 1,000 gods, we'll just wait for a moment. 8% resistance for all Tiger Warrior units, 5 more melee defense for them. That's glorious. Global recruitment capacity, recruitment duration -1 for Tiger Warrior units, and Tiger Warriors activate both Yin and Yang at the next devotion level. I'm sorry, what? Is that illegal?
Implementation. So,
for the Prophecy of the White Tiger, we get leadership and vigor. Boo.
Let's start off with, I guess, Prophecy of the White Tiger, the biggest banner, the one that maybe people gravitate to. I didn't.
That's Bhashiva's banner.
It is.
Right?
I'm Way of the 1,000 Gods for one very particular skill, which we'll show. So the way this works, I love this bit of UI showing you what you're going to get next. Yep. I'll just flash it up on the one that I've done, but show.
Oh, there we go. Improve the building chain Way of the 1,000 Gods. When no enemy characters are present in your region, your armies are hidden from all foreign factions. And then, depending on yin or yang, your recruitment time in the region is reduced, or your trade good grief. Production of trade resources is increased. Oh, okay, well this is the way. Boo, White Tiger.
Showing this is what you'll get when you do another. It's so useful. So we've got 5 levels per banner.
Yep.
That's good.
I can count.
Per pillar,
Yep. So we've got level 1, it's giving kind of a few buffs to Tiger Warriors, right?
Yep.
And that seems to be pretty...
Teachings of Kamau, we get armor-piercing weapon and missile damage +2 for all Tiger Warriors. So if you want to go after the Chaos Dwarfs, the Teachings of Kamau are for you. if you want to just make a bunch of money and also be impossible to kill, this is the one for you, which is the one I'm going to choose. Charge bonus 2 is not bad.
Pretty even across all 3 of them.
Yeah, a couple of buffs on each.
Yeah, no matter what, you are going to buff a Tiger Warrior.
Yeah.
But then other things start to get drawn in, right?
Extra allegiance points. Also, you can see they're
expands
going
out.
up, so that's +8 and +5%, so they'll go up as you go up in level. This is a better looking UI than normal. Well done, boys.
So we're trying to touch...
And ladies,
well,
lads and lasses.
the whole purpose of the
So 8 more leadership there? Yeah, no, I think it was 8 here, but also 7%. 10% allegiance points, Prophecy of the White Tiger Oaths, which I don't know what those are. And then improves the building chain for the White Tiger. This gives us reinforcements will join all non-siege battles fought within the region. For Young alignment, Army will have more Tiger Warriors, and for Yin, it'll have more Stalkers. It's like an extra garrison for all of your minor settlements. That is really good.
Is really for all matters of state, all matters of Tiger Council to come together. So Bhashiva being the head of the Tiger Warriors.
We're just going to keep ignoring them and look at these stats ourselves. So 12 leadership, 7% figure loss, and that's 15% of both of those. Oh, and also 1 more allied recruitment capacity per army. You're going to be able to have such interesting looking armies. And then for court developments, you can unlock, well, this, of course, that's the same. And this is the same as well. Oh, it just has more Tiger Warrior units, so it gets even better. Cool.
It's for her to make that decision and impart that
And
upon...
finally, we have immune to psychology for Iron Claws, Pack Hunters for Iron Claws, 20% more allegiance gained, and also a nice little reduction in how much it costs to recruit those units in the first place. And that stays the same.
upon them, and she follows 3 main pillars, and they're focused around, as you've got here, the teachings of Kamal, the Thousand Gods, and then the prophecy, which she herself is obviously interlinked with. And they give you various different things around that, like you said, like leadership, armor piercing, and they touch on the units, and they touch on the kind of the economy side, the whole civilization. So it really is where you want to come to kit out your tigers and take them forward.
And I think I saw people in chat saying, "Oh no, hopefully it's not just like battle buffs." So
No,
flash of
no,
fifth. So you can see it's really cool layering, right? So even in this one, we've got allegiance, which is being affected by this, but also buildings and building chains getting additional buffs depending on which way you've devoted. And
we should definitely talk about that at some point as well. That's a real key differentiator between Bhashiva and the other Cathayan factions. To like the point about her being honourable, she needs to earn some of this. She needs to work for that, and through her means, have Zhao and others support her. So
that's our first look at their unique building lines too. I won't necessarily worry about pausing every single time they show off the different buildings for her stuff, but they do have yin and yang alignment. You can choose one or the other. And there are 3 base options. And then you've got what looks to be a peasant line. So, her building entirely is different. Cool. So you got your Tiger Warrior building and your Tiger Warrior military. Armies of Shenyang. Jade Warriors and crossbows are at tier 1. Okay, they're at the same tier as... Don't change it, it's great. Halberds at tier 2, and then you get your Gate Masters and... Are those the Shielded Crossbowmen? And Jade Lances. And then you got Iron Hail Guns, Cannons, and Crane Guns. So you don't get access to Fire Rain Rockets. No Fire Rain Rockets, and no Zhangu War Drums. Okay, and then we have the Gate Master here as well. No, that's an Astromancer, of course. Can't see, is that a lion? Celestial Lion, a Moonbird. Oh no, I think that's a Wujing Water Compass. And then the Terracotta Sentinel, Sky Junk, Sky Lantern, and our Alchemist. Cool. Oh, the Alchemist and the Junk, or the Lantern, I think are at the same tier for your other Cathayans. And then you get your peasants over here. Very interesting.
Buildings themselves are very different.
Okay, so the White Tiger line is growth.
She is limited, as you can see in some... Actually, at the top there, tier 5s.
Yep.
Some of those are...
Oh, and those buildings are the ones that'll be buffed up by the court as well. So whichever line you're choosing, the different specific pillar that you're devoting those relics to will also be what's upgrading those buildings, which is that's like I was saying, there's some really cool layering going on here.
are limited at the course of the game, so you've got to interact with the other features to unlock them. And then depending on which way you want to go in the Tiger Court, as you're showing here, you've got these kind of economic
the Indus Shrine is income. Research rate. Yang Kiln gives you 15% more income from Yang buildings. I'm glad that this is actually showing in the buildings themselves then. Before, it was just kind of showing you the percentage increase. This is much more visually appropriate. And then the Tiger Court enhancements, that's where you see own armies are going to be hidden, and recruitment duration has been reduced. Cool. So this side is going to be
one
producing
direction
more
or another,
resources.
and then improve it.
15% more. So that probably goes up to 20% at the very least. 10%. Well, I think it was always 10% income from trade tariffs with the tea gardens, but still.
Okay, when you get to that top tier,
Yeah.
where you've been spending your relics in one of the various pillars.
So that's where those enhancements, but also technologies. So these start as relatively basic buildings, but
Yeah.
if you choose to spec into that side of the court, right, you can.
That's it.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I have spec'd into a side of the court that I then did not build the buildings to buff.
Oh,
But this is
never mind.
this is true of all regions, all right? Because here I did.
Oh, good.
All
There
right,
you go.
I don't. Sometimes I do the things.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I didn't.
So you see, they've still got.
And then our hunter side is control, corruption reduction, and then recruit rank increase. That makes sense.
The harmony feature. So as much as the tigers themselves don't inherently use harmony, the buildings, the civil nature still does.
Yeah.
So you've still got that choice there.
Yeah. And also this local recruitment time duration has been great because the spears take a bit longer, right? So a lot of the Tiger Warriors, and Bhashiva has other ways to reduce the global recruitment, but the spears, if you want them, you've got to commit for a few turns. So before we show those relics off, just because I saw people in chat asking, how do you get a relic? I've got one here to spend.
Oh yeah. Well, you need to travel.
You do.
You need to get about the world, and you'll notice that there'll be an identifier of certain settlements that are kind of key and important to the Tiger Warriors. Yeah, thank you. There's an example right there. And so you need to go there, take ownership of that settlement, and then you can receive the relic to go and spend it. So they are scattered about.
Yeah. So I think got 4 of them in this area.
Yeah.
That is part of why I decided to go and take Xanagrim.
Yeah.
So earlier, Rich said you can get them through your caravans, or probably different settlements will just have one, and you send them there, or maybe it's an event. Could be a very rare event, or it could just be if you go to a certain settlement, it'll have that same relic icon, and if you can visit there with your caravan, they snatch it and run. Or seems like you conquer a settlement when one of the relics pops up there.
That had a relic within.
Yeah. And then once you've got one, we'll go back into the Tiger Court, and we'll show you that you'll obviously devote it to one of the 3 different pillars, and then when you get to tier 3, I believe it is, then the oaths kick in.
Yes.
That's what I was looking for. So these are where the oaths are. So you got your 1,000-fold stillness here, which no one knows what that does.
These are this oath in particular saved my life. The way they're
The second one was healing anywhere and immune to trespassing. Yeah, fair enough.
shown on the campaign is where's Bhashiva gone? So hidden. Is here.
Stalking.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for 2 turns, whoever you've activated this on, all characters are going to be silenced, and the entire army loses spell resistance. Now, once again, I'm going to ask: is this legal? So every spellcaster is now not one. They're now all a punch fist fighter. They're not trained for that, and also they're like Kolek here is going to lose all of his abilities. He's now just a Kolek, which I mean, to be fair, that's scary, but Kolek with all of his abilities is way more terrifying. This is insane.
You'll be able to get it's a choice, right? So you're either able to have a buff for the army, or able to get an ability that you can use on the campaign map. This one, thousandfold stillness, against a Chaos Dwarf army that had 4 casters in it, is maybe the only reason I was able to break the chokehold that was at Xanagrim. That was absolutely fantastic. But the others, very tempting for stuff like regeneration and an increase in movement.
And that's it. And so you can have that interplay. You can devote yourself to one of these pillars, and then obviously you fight different enemies along the way, you can swap and change it to another. You're not locked in. You can progress down all of them.
Yep.
And then when you get your O's again, you can jump out and swap them out, but you've only got one of those equipped.
And in fact, I think we'll do that now because Kolek doesn't have a spellcaster with him. So I'm
Okay.
not going to need to do this. So instead, let's get some replenishment for our territory. And I can swap it takes a turn to equip and then a turn to swaps.
It's a cooldown.
I did see, thank you, Steve. He's grabbed a couple of questions from chat for me. So one of the questions was, how do we get Tao Yan? You boot in, you have or you don't have the DLC. Is it a quest? Is it a mission chain?
Quest unlocks about, I think it's rank 11 or 12, one of those. But it'll be a mission. The first phase will be just to get X amount of kills, and then the second phase will be to get X amount of battle captives.
First phase, X amount of kills. Second phase, X amount of battle captives. Could you get that done in one battle, theoretically? I bet you could. I think that's one of the fastest legendary heroes we can acquire. He's at level 11 or 12, so let's keep that in mind.
Complete really quickly, and after that, there you go. She'll spawn right next to your legendary lord. And any of the cafe dragons can get her naturally, and alongside with Bhashiva.
Fantastic. Thank you, Josh.
Also good, there wouldn't be any restrictions. Like maybe Yuan Bo wouldn't like her because she's been exiled from the central provinces, but we're not going to worry about that. She's worked her way back into his good graces by stabbing insurrectionists.
I saw her pop up and I was like, I probably should have paid attention to how I managed to get Tao Yan.
Yeah, she comes into the game quite early, so...
Oh, that's also insane. So not only does Bhashiva get access to Stalking Stance, all of her Tiger Warrior Sawai lords do as well. And also, all of her lords will replenish 15% campaign movement. So she gets up to what? 30% with herself naturally, so 45% campaign movement range replenished after winning a battle. That's good stuff.
She's pretty useful to have for all the tasks at hand.
Yeah. The building choice isn't really popular with a lot of people for other legendary heroes, so hopefully this works out a lot better for everyone.
She's attracted to greatness. So yeah, I was just showing off a few of the other devotions you get.
Yeah,
sure. Where should I spend this relic? But how good is it if Tiger Warriors are activating both Yin and Yang battle harmony when I don't really have many Cathayan troops in there?
You got a few though.
I do, but they usually are playing catch up. So maybe I do start working somewhere else to earn towards.
Yeah. Somewhat from what it sounds like they're not activating harmony on themselves, so they don't give themselves harmony and then activate it. They're just activating it on other units. Maybe. I'll have to test that myself.
I really like the replenishing, because I believe Bhashiva also has a way to replenish movement. So in total, maybe 30% movement after a battle, I think you could get.
I often go for that one myself.
Then do you know what? Let's continue to ignore the main one in the middle. Get me some armor piercing, which would be nice. And devote our first relic. So next time we do an ambush success chance, that would be great for the stalking.
And that's been super cool as well, working in Games Workshop to get a little bit of the lore there, a little bit of the background for into this, acknowledging who Bhashiva and the Tiger Warriors are. They obviously represent Grand Cathay now. These ones living there for some time, but it's been really cool that we can delve a little bit into those parts of the Warhammer lore and bring it out.
I did have someone asking about caravans of they're just a bit confused about them. Mm-hmm. So really it's a re-theming of the mechanic, right?
Yeah, they still generally work the same, but you as a Tiger Warrior, you're protecting them, and you get the benefit that you can get Iron Favour, which we'll explain in a bit, relics, or money.
I've not been lucky enough to get a relic yet, but also you're hiring Tiger Warrior mercenaries, right? Instead of Cathayan lords.
That's why Weir naturally comes with his own skill tree in comparison to the other caravans.
Yes, and they are. And as always, I continue to put all of it into cargo capacity. Every single all points into cargo.
The best choice.
So we've covered relics. Someone did ask, is it possible to get all of these up to level 5?
Yeah.
It's just a lot of...
You just got to go exploring a lot.
A lot of hunting around. Are the relic locations predetermined of where they'll be?
They are.
But you have to capture your first for it to reveal them on the map, right?
That's right. Yes, actually on that point, so the relics do feed into the narrative that we've introduced into the pack as well. So, you'll get that as a part of finding your first relic, get on that journey of what challenges Bhashiva's going to face from a narrative sense in this campaign. Still sandbox, still go where you like, but you've got that to hopefully enjoy too.
Well, someone was asking as well, will there be Tiger Warrior mercenaries at all interacting with the caravans for the other Cathayan lords? The ability to recruit them as an event, perhaps, or...?
Not specifically on that, but yeah, great feedback. We'll consider that for the future.
We'll have a look at armies of Shangyang, and then I will fight Kolek, because I think I've been teasing too much fighting Kolek. So this is a whole new panel with a lot of buttons to click. So what are we doing here, Rich?
This looks to be a combination of the Chaos Dwarf screen and what Mother Astunkia has. So these insignias, this looks a lot like assignable to. That's what they're putting on the different units. So you've got ones for melee infantry. You can what looks to be increased so you're limited on the number of warriors from Shangyang. Let's let them talk.
So as you can see, armies of Shangyang at the very top split into 2 tabs. This is the Warhold tab. So this is where you're going to spend a lot of your time.
Oh, there is a range one. 15% more range, 3 more armor piercing. Leadership and missile. Who needs that? We have range.
Using the iron favour that you generate through serving Zhao Ming, essentially, and working with him to bolster your forces.
Yep.
This is how you get extra armies. This is how...
Oh yeah, it looks like you're capped on lords too until you spend favor. So he has currently 3 out of 4 lords, and it'll cost him 1,000 favor to get an additional one.
You increase the units that you can have.
Yep.
The real big...
Company Master. Fulfill Zhao Ming's goals. Kill 4,000 enemies. Recruit 20 armies of Shangyang units. That should give you the Claw-Etched Plate armor. Stage 4 insignias, Celestial Crucible building, and then Shangyang improvements for Celestial Forge building.
Big thing to know about Bhashiva is that she needs to work for...
So it's also similar to both Ikit Claw and Elspeth. This has got a lot packed into this little campaign here for $5. I'm here for this.
For this role. So she doesn't get given just indefinite amounts of forces or troops. She needs to make sure that she's actioning the goals of Zhao and of Grand Cathay. And so in doing that, that Iron Favour, the new resource, allows her to make those upgrades and those purchases. So you're going to have that choice of, do I want to get my second army by spending this Iron Favour? Do I want to up my unit capacity for certain given units? Or do I want to buy these battle insignias?
Yes. And because the unit caps, the cost, as people have seen, they will keep increasing every time you're upping it. And I think you start off with 5 for the standard warriors, right? Of how many you can start. It's 5 or 3. So if you want to get a full army of Cathayan troops with insignias, you're going to be doing a lot of work to.
Which I guess does make sense, because these insignias are insane. 6 more attack, 3 more defense. It doesn't look like much, but you're adding this on top of all the other buffs that they're getting through skills and through leadership, or through veterancy rather, and then through your research. So it's pretty intense. Plus, there are certain ones that are much better. Like I would think this one, the Celestial Emperor insignia for the armor and melee defense, way better for your Jade Warrior Frontline, because it means they're going to be standing and fighting forever. They lose some speed, sure, but it's a lot of additional survivability here, as opposed to a little bit more chance to hit and some armor piercing, which could be good in some occasions on the halberds, but I would prefer these, for sure.
Achieve Zhao Ming's goals. So we have accepted one, which is to capture the Veil of Woe.
Oh, and then she has just ogre mercenary contracts. Bound by oath to Zhao Ming, Bhashiva is tasked as a Lord of Shangyang to enact the Dragon's Will. Fulfilling these mandates grants Iron Favor, which can be spent within Shangyang's warhold to strengthen Bhashiva's forces and unlock rewards bestowed by the Master of the Iron Winds. And then you have these different ogre contracts you can accept. Capture the Veil of Woe gives you Iron Favor. Akendorf, huh? 6,000 treasury and the Standard of Shangyang, or the Armor of Destiny. That is crazy good. She has got a whole bunch going on.
But what's really cool is some of them have pretty nice items as sweeteners.
Yeah, they do.
I think I know what you like for Christmas. More items.
Oh, that's what. And the funny thing is, chat usually have to remind me to equip things because I'm awful at remembering. So we have bought some insignias, and in fact, I built a second army. Not this one, who's already got them all spec'd out. When I saw Colette coming, I panicked, and I started. There you go. I started to try and build a more like flavourful, no Tiger Warrior army. This is like I saw it as like Xiaoming's expeditionary overseeing force for Bhashiva.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So here's where you're equipping the insignias.
Yep.
I love the Celestial Emperor insignia on these guys. Speed minus 10%, they're not moving anyway. If I'm moving them, I've screwed up somewhere, right? But armor plus 20 is for kind of a tier 2 unit as well to give them that bolt.
I'm sure quite a few have that mentality. If I've moved with these guys, there's a problem.
It's fantastic.
But no, you can basically, if you see what the enemy's up to, especially when you're playing not multiplayer, playing your normal campaign, you can set up your halberds if you see because the AI always is going to try to flank with their fast movers. You just set them up on the sides to block those flanks, and then they'll just and they'll slowly walk into them, which is kind of funny.
We wanted to create the fantasy here of that kind of nature of militaristic teaching, like you're learning in the barracks, you're doubling down on certain skills, but we didn't want to make cautious of it like she's just the de facto Cathayan faction with the best army. So as you will see, each of the insignias, as much as
I don't know about all that. She definitely looks like she has probably one of the best Cathayan armies by far. Yuan Bo might be able to compete, but not by much.
they're positives, there's a few downsides as well. So you've got to pick and choose as and where you want to make use of them.
I mean, and the Desert Tigress one here is a great example. I was slapping that on all of my crossbow up until I realised that minus 10 armour is pretty significant when you get recharged and suddenly all of your crossbowmen are full.
Listen, if you get your crossbow real charge, they're dead regardless. Doesn't matter if they have 10 less armor or they have 10 more armor.
Falling like skittles because they all have the armor debuff. So now I try and mix them up a little bit, and I found that tends to be the lower armors in front, the others that you maybe buffed up the armor from in the back has been a nice combo.
And you get different insignias based on which units you're equipping them to as well. So even though the theme in the flavour is all around Bhashiva's teachings or Zhao's or the Emperor's.
So it looks like from what we've seen there, the only units we can back it up, the only units we don't get access to with Bhashiva is the Celestial Dragon Guard. Which 100% would make sense. She's not one of the Dragonkin. Yeah, so even up to Fire and Rockets, the drums, the crows, the two different lions, all of your gunpowder, just not the Dragon Guard, which you can kind of make your normal crossbows and your normal warriors fight similar to them just by the buffs you get through your Gate Masters and through those insignias, which is pretty good.
The theme in the flavour is all around Bhashiva's teachings or Zhao's or the Emperor's. You'll notice that when you go to any of the given units in the Homage to Shangyang panel, that there'll be different ones for the different units available in there.
And also different caps to raise, right?
Yes,
so,
yes.
I believe they all have different requirements to level up through these areas, and as you were saying, like this is about also getting the trust to build some of these buildings you want to get to unlock them.
Exactly it.
But one of them was to sustain a larger number of the specialist missile infantry, so I had to invest quite a lot. And then when I'm investing in them, I'm going all the way. I'm going to get some insignias on them.
Absolutely.
So I had loads and loads of Iron Hail gunners, and I took all of the speed off of them, and the exact same thing happened. They were super strong, they were firing fast, but when they got caught, they started to drop pretty quickly. So,
Iron Hail guns are like normal shotguns, but they're made of paper. Because all of the other units that have I guess outside of... Well, no, they're very akin to your original blunderbusses with the hand-to-hand cannons from Vampire Coast, but still. Low armor means if they get caught, they're dying regardless. Those shotguns are what they're relying on.
It just felt like a really good opportunity with that feature to really embody, which I think is kind of new lore, if you like.
Yeah.
Explain that Grand Cathay is multi-factional, dynamic in terms of like who lives there.
Yeah.
We've got dragons, we've got humans, we've got ogres, we've got tiger warriors now, and I dare say there's probably some monkeys in the south, but anyway.
You dare say there's probably some monkeys in the south, so I would be willing to bet our next character pack after Lords of the End Times might just be the Monkey King, or at least the Monkey King will be a character pack addition to Cathay, because I've seen them do this with the Tigerman. I can see this being a possibility with Cathay, but the Monkey King being far more focused on the peasants, and maybe you gotta bring in some free LC peasant units, like peasant swordsmen or peasant horsemen with bows or something along those lines, just to give you a few more variants to use. But I can see the Monkey King being far more focused on, if he has units there, him buffing up the peasants. But also, these were the... Oh, no, I didn't mean to restart things. These were those passives I was looking at earlier. They're not, looks like... So each of the claw speakers can get them, but when you're playing on custom, maybe they're locked to one. So ferocity, mysticism, and protection. We saw the protection of Kamau gives... I guess we didn't see exactly what it gives. Let's back up just a smidge. Protection gives ward save, casualty reduction, and then a passive called Protection of Kamau. We go back a little bit further. Arcane Hymn is a battle prayer. They're a combination of a Sigmarite battle priest and a caster, and not even kind of like a halfway caster. They're a full blown. That's crazy good. Back it up a little bit more. We get 2 more power reserve, extra reserve capacity, and then the mysticism passive, which he's not mousing over at the moment. Causes fear, mantra of righteousness battle prayer, and then immune to psychology for all Tiger Warriors. And ferocity, I think, was just giving him more attack and defense, base weapon damage, and then a passive called the ferocity. Fair enough?
We've got ogres, we've got Tiger Warriors now, and I dare say there's probably some monkeys in the south, but anyway.
We won't pan down.
Okay, so let's back that up a little bit so we can see that one as well. Battle healing cap plus 10%, 5% more replenishment, and then the mantra of invigoration, which we saw earlier, I believe, which was the heal and the vigor recharge for one of your Tiger Warriors. Not bad, not bad. Get a Divine Epiphany, Hunter Mystic, Leader of Ceremonies, Unrelenting Conqueror.
I will say they'll see that I have a level 7 claw speaker with me, which is, you do start with a claw speaker.
Yep.
Mine died. So this is my second claw speaker. I'm telling you, it was brutal. The War of the Chaos Dwarves was... I actually think there's a little in memory. It was 2,800 dead when they're not a high entity. It was like 3 reinforcements versus Bhashiva and 2 of my armies. It was pretty definitive. But yeah, he died. He was a sacrifice. Someone was asking as well. That's just the standard. But yeah, Claw Speaker, really cool skill tree here. But replenishing troops is nice when I like to play smash all of my tigers into their lines. I hope they die before I do.
So which path did you take? You were very quick there, because I know you've got multiple paths, haven't you?
Yeah. One more level, and we will be able to start taking a path.
There you go.
You've got the path ferocity, which just buffs the melee prowess of your claw speaker. Mysticism, which is more about magic. Further, I would say, amplifies your magical prowess, reduces...
Oh, they thought I didn't notice that, but I did. Hang on. They actually showed us what one of those battle prayers did. Mantra of Righteousness is Sundered Armor and more attack and damage for Tigers. Helps them get through that armor that Josh was complaining about. If only you'd kept your claw speaker alive.
Amplifies your magical prowess. Reduces cooldowns, costs, that kind of deal.
I'm pretty sure I did that in reverse order of what you said.
Yeah. It's good. And then, of course, you've got protection, which is more about defensive, healing as well. So even though you've already got the claw speaker, who can already heal troops, you can further augment that with the protection branch. So yeah, you've got a fair amount of choice.
So show us the Leader of Ceremonies is Control, Growth, Corruption.
In regards to how you can spec the claw speaker.
Miscast base chance, spell resistance for all Tiger Warriors. 15% is not a small amount.
And then, of course, you've got the personal skill.
And then 5% more intensity. So it's nowhere near what the Astromancer has, but 5% more intensity is nice.
Which further goes into the anti-corruption and more defensive element as well. So, yeah, hopefully people appreciate the sort of utility behind that too.
Yeah, and having the 3 different spell lords as well. Not here. There we go. It means that they are really versatile in who you're picking and who you're bringing.
Yeah, they've got a few new traits as well, which further complements their roles as well. So,
these are polar opposite. Yeah. Savage Predator and Tranquil. Then they can't even stand to look at each other.
Yeah, but they literally.
You got Frenzy, and then
that
was all right.
So, I think, unless there's anything else to say campaign side, we could fight Kolek, probably win, because I did batter him a little bit. This was my province. Titan's Notch was mine. So hopefully win, but hopefully also get to show off a few of the quite buffed Tiger Warriors. I've really tried to invest heavily in them. Oh, he can run, but will he make it out?
Chasing down.
I think the Kolek's running is very telling.
You think next turn?
You
I'll-
can't even
cheeky.
reach
next
him.
turn. This is really where I was like, I'll stop there. And but hold on. Do I want to do that? No, I'd lose loads of people.
Wait.
Sorry, they'll be tired, right? Because did you still
bigger
lose
loss.
people when you kill Carlos? Oh, what's the harm?
Well,
What's
you're
the
not on
worst?
that occasion, no.
And now I can hit him. Okay, we'll fight this one.
There's a bit of a size difference there.
Yeah. Oh, the bigger they are, harder they fall.
I didn't realize you could attack people who were just standing right next to your settlement. That's crazy. I've seen the garrison attack, but I didn't realize you could do it if they weren't surrounding it. I guess I've never just tried to click on them out of frustration before. That's cool. Poor Kolek. He's got a lot of Regiment of Renown. In fact, he's got all of them from the last couple DLC, but it will not save him. This is not a good enough army to stop what Bhashiva has here.
You've got the characters and units required for him.
Yeah.
And Kolek's going to be a target you want to invest in your campaigns as well.
Yeah.
For that defeat rate alone.
I saw someone asking who the second character was in Bashiva's army, and that is Tao Yan. So that is the free LC.
Yeah.
Right, so we've got all our tigers. So I don't know what that was.
What was that?
That's
Gremlins?
fine, it's just electricity. What I tend to do is I have my Cathayans as their own little force, where they're my ranged troops, protected by my one halberd, and then the tigers go off and do the work. Really, they're all here to protect that Grand Cannon, which has been pretty useful in...
Man, those Jade Warriors are so close to that cannon.
But I'm seeing they have a decent amount of flying.
Rest in peace, Hearing.
So, really, this is all the range I have. Let's see. This is an interesting map to find as well, because it's not as easy to work out where to put the cannons as I'd like. Although maybe... No.
That's a bit tight, that.
It feels like I'm going to have to go here, right, and put the cannons up on this hill, and then hope they can get some arcing shots. But the other way to get, because I just saw one of them that I had got through that, is the Xiaoming will also offer you units, right, as part of rewards.
Yes.
So the ability, not just if you're stuck not having the facilities to be able to recruit them, you do the right quests for him, and then you'll get granted some of those that you can embed into your army. So there's a few different ways to get those if you don't, if you just want to only build Tiger Warrior structures.
Yeah, so she's limited in the sense that by default she has access to a variety of units, which as we saw we can increase the capacity on. But every once in a while, Zhao will go, I've got this mission over here for you, Bhashiva. Do you fancy doing that? And some extra units, shall we say, will become available. So she can get across the Grand Cathay roster and have access to them via that mean, which is really nice. Just gives her that diversity. But she's obviously doubling down on her Tiger Warriors to start with.
So we've got our main Tiger Warrior force that will be moving up. We'll have these guys. I think they'll just try and hold this point here. They're not going to be too brave. And then I've got my actual favourite little force with Bhashiva, ready to pounce from the trees. Vanguard deployment along with those stalkers is very nice. So we're going to hope they don't try and fly over me and go for my cannons. Maybe a smarter player would keep something back to protect them. But if they die, I'll just replace them with my tigers.
A better Josh, you might say.
Oh, do you know what? It is funny that we have one of the best battle players sat right there having to watch.
No pressure.
I mean, honestly, look, if I felt pressure long ago, I would have stopped streaming.
Hopefully my energy will resonate with you.
Exactly. So we'll throw Tyrant's talent out.
Oh, yeah.
That's always great. So we have, look at that. What a perfect flank from the Tiger Warriors.
So I saw in the show and tell that people were asking about the contact phase effect that comes with the Tyrant's Talon Brutal Wounds. It's basically damage over time and reduces their melee defense, sort of wears them down for Tao Yan to just get that execution set up. So yeah, again,
Damage
she's
over
scary.
time is
She's
brutal on
got
its
some
own.
really
Yeah,
good
drop the
animation.
melee.
I mean, to be able to face against sometimes blind. To be able to face against that,
Yeah.
you've got to be pretty fearless. She may have fallen, and also my secret item here giving me. Oh, I think I'm going to kill more on my own if I do anything.
Oh yeah, he's already gone.
But like this level of being able to ambush is my and like you can see the damage she's done, and there's execution.
She just drop kicked Kolek.
She is
Bye-bye.
deadly against large when you spec her up like that, and then they've all just collapsed in on him, right?
She's quite good at her job.
She is. Hey, leave my claw speaker alone. I've just replaced him. All right. It's,
Oh, that poor beast one that got killed earlier.
they are. But when you spend the time like I have, I actually haven't got Heaven's Gate. I think I've done the.
Now, other Josh revealed what she starts with. She starts with a beast claw speaker. I would have liked it to be a life one. I was hoping, man, they're going to start us with a life caster. I don't think anyone does. That would be bold. No, they give her a beast's caster, which is fine.
First part of the quest, maybe not the second then. Maybe we will.
Oh no, you unequipped it.
Have I got something
Yeah.
different on as well? Well, we could still on. It would have been nice to have teleported in, but actually, her running with her tigers felt more thematic.
Yeah.
One of them did try and get through. That's fine, as long as my
Persistent
cannons
try.
are safe. Yeah, they're fine. But yeah, they hit hard. Like with tigers, it reminds me a bit of when I did my mask playthrough, and I gave. All of the Exalted Demonettes was just super fast, hit really hard. They couldn't really sustain the combat, but as long as you hit them first and you've got that charge in, you're going to deal a ton of damage. That's how it feels playing like these really buffed up Tiger Warriors.
And that's what we wanted, right? I mean, we made that deliberate choice to start them at tier 2 rather than tier 1 because we wanted them to have that, powerful feeling.
Yeah,
And they will grow with your army. They're going to be there with you until the end.
I think what I have definitely found is the Chaos Dwarves are the hardest opponent I fought early game, and we're about to fight some now. I think because we've got a mission to take the Veil of Woe.
Gorth the Cruel specifically starts with an army that is stacked full of Kadai and the Laz Rifle lads, the ones with the Infernal Fireglaive. So, and you also took Zharna Grun, which I think it has its own special unique garrison with a Kadai Destroyer in it. So you were up against the wall for that one. The fact that you only lost one Claw Speaker is pretty impressive.
We've got this guy. He's got some peasants. He has got some decent tigers.
Yeah.
But I think we will go and we will try and take this on. I have not looked, practiced, or prepared.
You've not ventured down this way.
They've got mostly hobgoblins.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a battle we should fight, but I feel like
Yeah, you got some Iron Hell gunners there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be alright.
we'll be all right. But this is probably more a representative battle of what it's like for the Tiger Warriors. Most of the time, when you've not super buffed them up with your lord, and they're not like
It's okay. It's only myself, Rich, and everybody else that's watching you.
So if I lose, this is what it looks like when you're playing, and when you haven't stacked all the buffs into the single army to help you. I really love the look and play of the Tiger Warriors lords, though. They are.
This is the first time I've seen it.
It is.
Yeah.
Guiding Strike is such a cool ability to use. It's let me punch.
Yeah, look at him. He's got a little bite instead of the trident of Talion. He's got a little bided. I think I've seen another version of them they were fighting with earlier that had a single spear. So they've got a couple of variants of weapon. It doesn't change them at all, but weakened is a drop to melee attack, or weapon damage rather, for 30 seconds is really not too bad. It's nothing insane, but it does help them duel a little bit better. And then plus 24 melee attack.
Up a lot more than I thought I'd be able to with they're a decent lord, but they're not the most killy, the most combaty, but the ability to weaken the enemy, either as a group or as a lord, it's been really.
I mean, 6260 is a solid stat line. Solid stat line for sure.
Really cool.
And that is another one that can be upgraded via their skill tree and turned into something very scary.
So this is actually going to be a proper battle. So I'll have to think how's best to do this. Let's see. What have we got? So let me just check in chat. Okay.
Regiments of Renown. So there's no Regiments of Renown in this DLC. Cathay's got quite a few.
No ROR. That's a shame. Having a single Tiger Warrior Regiment around, I think, would have been a good idea. Make them the Stalkers, and give them, let's say, like disoriented or something on their glaives that they're throwing at them to make them like a super good assassin. But not having a regiment around, I think, is a mistake. That's not a good idea.
Already. So yeah, this one just comes with a Bhashiva, the Sawai, Claw Speaker, and the 3 units of Tiger Warriors.
Truth be told, though, from what they're describing, for $5, this is a good value. There's no denying that. But what I would say is just one regiment renown would have gone a long ways. Just one of these Tiger Warriors, a little bit buffed up, give them a kind of a special, or even it could just be the normal warriors, and then they have magical attacks and like frostbite or something to help them be better predators and catch things. I don't know, something kind of minor.
And while I'm setting up, if you could do, you're doing a fantastic job. So the price and the release date?
Release date is next Thursday, May 21st. £3.99.
Yeah.
$4.99, I believe. So yeah, it's a new take on DLC for us, and that's something that we've been eager to try out for quite a while. We know a lot of people have got some fan favourite characters out there, and I think this mould will hopefully give us that opportunity to go and explore some of those ideas. And with character packs like Bhashiva, we want to make sure that we can get to some of these characters in the supporting content. They might come in different shapes and sizes, because as you've been along for the journey of us these past 10 or so years, we've done a lot of the units. So it's just trying to find the things that connect thematically.
Yeah.
So I think the character packs will allow us to do that, and bring in other heroes and things of that nature.
No, I would agree. Character packs, now that I've seen what they were going to do with them, I think they're a very good idea, and this could even be how we get the Dogs of War. Is a character pack, maybe as an add-on to... Well, actually, I'm not going to speculate that, because I don't actually necessarily want that, so never mind, we're going to keep that one in the book. But, like, the Monkey King, going back to the one, wouldn't necessarily, when the Monkey Kings, or when he does arrive, am I going to dedicate everything in every campaign to killing him? Yes, I am. But that's how you would do it. You had him on as kind of a subculture just like this for Cathay, with a couple of his own monkey warriors. And then he buffs up the suite of Cathay's other roster and kind of has his own unique campaign twist there. This is good stuff.
I've gone over here. I don't want to fight over here. I would much rather fight over there. I guess I've got better ranged than they have, I guess, because I've got all of these Ironhell gunners which do have insignias on them. So you can see here, this one's it has hurt their reload time reduction, but these are my frontline gunners. And then the other insignia here, which has just made them a stronger missile.
That's the one I gravitate towards.
Yeah, that's my... you're the one shooting while these two, if someone's going to get charged, it's going to be one of them. And I've got these stalkers, which is why I've been desperately trying to draw them over here, but I am the one who attacked them, unfortunately. So, alright, let's... Look, how long have I got left on the stream? How long could I pull out this one battle deployment?
You said they can't hear the audio, right?
They can... they should be able to hear the audio.
Oh,
yes.
we can't.
We can't.
Oh, we can't, right, okay.
We have to imagine.
If they can't hear the audio, I think we would have heard I'd hope we would have heard a long time ago.
So someone just asked, is there a Lord option for targeting? So yes, the Lord option is here in the battle. It's the Sawai leading this one. And I see there's a lot of curiosity around Egrem. We know he's on a lot of people's top tier wish list. So maybe one day. Not now though. But
so we're even confirming he's not going to be one of the Lords of the End Times. That's too bad. Tzeentch does need help. Out of all of the Dark Gods that have gone through their DLC and their little reworks, Tzeentch has not actually really gone through one. The Shadows of Change update line was not great. That's why they're doing another one here with Cathay, with the technology and a run with the skill trees, but still. No Egrem.
Fingers crossed.
Well, now we've got someone... Oh, I left them behind. Let's just... Alright, this is the formation I'll go with. I'm going to try and draw them into this. I'm keeping these guys back because I tend to find that I want to see where the enemy's committed and then reposition them where it makes sense to do so. But I think where are my stalkers gone? I've just had to fold them in. They're not coming in for the ambush, so maybe I'll try and go the long way round with them. But otherwise, let's start marching forward. As I say, I have found the Chaos Dwarves, maybe not the Goblin side of them, this should be okay,
yeah.
but Chaos Dwarves in general, because they're very anti-infantry focused, the Tiger Warriors, apart from the Iron Claws,
Yep.
they can be a really formidable early game foe.
Yeah, they're
so
tough.
Yep.
be careful when you're getting a lot of requests to go out there and kill all of the Chaos Dwarves. Just think twice, and if that's who you really want to fight in the game.
Yeah, Skaven's a lot easier, I found. Venture a little bit further south.
Yes. Okay. They've repositioned to face me. I feel slightly less confident now that I've seen that Bale Taurus in the background than I did when I initially came into this confrontation.
You just thought it's just goblins.
I just
Yeah.
thought it's
Goblins.
just a lot of goblins. This is
Maybe you can coax them over into the Gondal.
My hope is that really I can get these stalkers around, that's what the Chaos Dwarves are. So really I want my my Guando to be taking on the Chaos Dwarves themselves. We've got some precursors being thrown. Look at that.
Yeah, go on.
Oh, shredded.
Oh, that's actually a ton of damage. That's fantastic. All right, let's seize the initiative then. So we want our tigers to be charging in. We don't really want them to be charged.
was some
it's
incredible
a
work
shame
out of the-
to have to throw these guys over here. Oh, no, it's not. There's
Shuriken
a-
throwers
there's
are
a
against
Warriors.
There's a few, yeah.
Shotgun
yeah.
throwers. Can't
Bale
wait to get
Taurus,
into using these myself.
I would love to shotgun that.
Bale Taurus, but a
If
nom
possible.
nom on
I would
these
love to throw a
crossbows.
shotgun at that.
Oh, or
So let's see if that's going to be possible.
just dive into the Tiger
I love
Warriors.
it. This time they've asked, what's the next DLC? And we can actually say what it is.
Oh, we can, yeah.
Yeah. So, Lords of the End Times, obviously.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Nah, that's cheeky, Rich.
We've got him weakened as well. These guys will be able to push through. The Tiger Warriors are doing really well there. Alright, these guys have managed to break through, shockingly broken through the Hobgoblins.
You'd like to hope so, wouldn't you?
Yeah. But that Bale Taurus being able to be hit by
Yeah.
all of those has been
The
fantastic.
Sawai does put in the work.
Yeah.
He is brutal when you use him right.
Let's see. So these guys are moving around here. Well, actually, would have been nice to have maybe silenced these guys. Is it Bhashiva only who has access to the kind of Tiger Court abilities there? The campaign map ones? Is it Bhashiva only who has access to those? Or is it all of the armies?
Sorry, I was looking
I
at
saw
the chat.
the 3 abilities that you get by hitting rank 3. Is it only Bhashiva who can use those? Or is it all Tiger Warrior Lords?
Ooh.
We'll find out when we're at the battle, I
There
guess.
is, I did see one that is for the
It
Tiger
buffs them,
Warriors,
yeah.
the Wise as well.
Yeah.
So,
But I assume the active abilities,
Yes.
that's Bhashiva
Ah.
only. Alright, we've chased these guys down. I think this is... I mean, now the shotguns, they've got pretty decent free reign of whatever I want to be shooting. I call them shotguns. They're blunderbusses. Fantasy shotguns.
Yes.
So they're able to shoot into the back of the Chaos Dwarves. But you can see, like, the Tiger Warriors, they held their own pretty decently against them. But
Yeah.
against a full Chaos... You can see even the stats. They wouldn't have won that if we weren't able to provide them with support. So a full 20 stack of those, let me tell you, was not...
Not fun.
It
No,
was.
definitely
It was fun. It was fun. It was just a 45-minute battle
Yeah.
with 3 sets of reinforcements coming on
Oh.
every side. So we're just going to knock them down.
Another classic Fishmen DLC request.
Oh yeah.
Fishmen! I figured they would be the final lord in the Lords of the End Times.
good stuff. It's great to see the Tigers come to life and just watching them just tear things apart.
So it looks like the caravans are mostly the same, they just have changed them ever so slightly. Fight fire with fire. He hasn't showed us the actual skills on the Sawai yet, but we got Predatory Instincts, Fight fire with fire, Traditions of Finesse, Fortitude, Order before War, and Mastery of Tradition.
And I think I'm hoping to see that Tao Yan leveled up. No, sorry, the Claw Speaker. So we'll get to pick one of your paths. Which would
Yeah.
you recommend for us?
I mean, they've been changed a little bit. So on the Jade Dragons, this one tended to be just control, so now it's got 10 growth. That's not bad. Storm Dragon, I believe, was just these two, so now it gives you some melee defense. Fire Dragon, that looks exactly the same. Sea Dragon is also exactly the same, so all of them are the same outside of these top two, which have just been given a little bit of growth and looks like a little bit of melee defense, which is not bad.
There's a little pass done there just to spruce those up. The team are busy working away on some stuff.
Alright, so for the short victory, we have complete 4 goals. Spend favor, so spend 1500 favor, and then destroy the Mountain Heaters, Sons of the Mountain, Fulg, and Grim Corsard boys. The poor mountains of Moen will be running red with blood. I guess green.
There.
They are. I've actually done quite a lot of the short.
Oh, also we have to reach level 5 within the Tiger Court with a single pillar. So you should probably devote to 1, complete that, then you can be a little more choosy.
Campaign.
Yeah.
If I got... did I put a relic in a different one? If I got 2 more relics, I'd be able to complete a short victory here, which I guess...
And then the long victory is achieve the short victory.
It's usually about
Tier
turn
5 with
50.
2 pillars. No, don't go back. Well, we'll get to it in a moment.
Ish.
Yeah, we wanted to focus on...
There we go. Level 5 with 2 pillars. Complete, 10 of his goals?
Nearby.
10 goals, and then 3,000 favor spent. Destroy all of the different Chaos Dwarfs, because they are stopping our caravans from getting through. That's kind of hilarious. But also, isn't she supposed to go fight the Everchosen? Shouldn't we have Archaon on here? Somewhere?
By areas around the mountains.
Yeah.
Level up one of the pillars.
No.
And then, yeah.
What have you done?
I'd love to. We discussed that actually on this project because we thought that would be a really good fit for her and what we're trying to do. So we ended up obviously giving her the hard-baked ones where she can now go into the wastelands and things like that. But that's something that we need to do some tech work on ourselves. So whether we introduce that for Lords of the End Time or not, I'm not sure. But I think it'd be a really cool thing to add to the arsenal.
They have a slow motion jump attack. That's fantastic.
Going forward.
Fantastic. So we've got the faction effects and the Lord effects up for those interested. So obviously Lord effects helping out Tiger Warriors in battle. And our passive, which I think we've spoken about.
I just love this intro video.
It's a cheeky little tease for what you can experience with Bhashiva in battles.
Yeah.
Just those ports.
That's such a good freeze frame moment.
Yes.
And yes, please keep your iron claws alive. They will be.
Oh, but the first time I paused to explain this, I just was waving my mouse around like a crazy person because I was muted. All right, so I got caught up watching the animations and didn't describe. We get to see all of her actual faction effects. We've got 1 set of Iron Claw Warriors, 2 Tiger Warriors with the dual axes, 2 Halberdier Jade Warriors, and 2 Crossbow. In fulfillment of duty, oath, and prophecy, the White Tiger marches out to quell the dangers on the frontiers west of Shenyang. We learn she starts right next to the Maw, like the Veil of Titans, I believe was what it was called. Her faction effects were Lord of Shenyang can maintain a limited number of Lords and Cathayan units. Tiger Court improves settlement infrastructure and Tiger Warriors. Armies of Shenyang allows access to Cathayan units and army improvements, which we saw all of that in today's stream. And then 60 extra diplomatic relations with the Western provinces, which is cool. 15% less upkeep for Tiger Warriors, so you'll have lots of them, and they'll be nice and cheap. And then for your Lord effects, you got faster healing for Tiger Warriors, more melee attack and defense for your entire army during ambushes, more speed for your entire army, and then the White Tiger passive, which I believe just buffs up all of the tigers in like a 35 to 55 meter radius around her, which is fantastic.
Right, let me have a quick look and see if we've covered everything that we need to cover. I believe we have. There's so many questions coming in. So, for example, there was a question of if you would ever go back and look at stuff like Skitterleap, now that there's more teleportation tech within the game. So, loads of little questions. What we will be doing is next week as well. We'll be doing hopefully a release stream, so we'll be able to answer some more questions then, and that will be a bit more of us playing. So we'll be at the PCs rather than me trying to play on quite a setup that we've got here. So we will do that.
All right, so they just kind of discussed the next stream going forward. This has been actually quite informative, and it looks like Bhashiva has a ton of fun campaign mechanics and things for you to do, as well as her just being kind of a nice little twist on a Cathayan subfaction. It's similar to what they did with Astonkia, but with less overall, restrictions, and more just a tweak of how Cathay builds, which I think is fantastic. I can't wait to get into a Bhashiva campaign ourselves. We will be having our our Let's Play go up as soon as we are able, and I'll have a suite of Bhashiva videos going over all of the different changes to Cathay as well. Look forward to those. I can discuss with you all a schedule here Thursday, so we'll do that. Right then, gang, so I've popped over and pulled up the Bhashiva faction overview they released just before the stream. We've done this a little bit out of order, so we've already seen all these units and what they're capable of, but this will be a fun way to end things, I think. So let's jump in.
From the mountains of heaven into the service of Xiangyang, the Tiger Warriors carve their ferocious reputation, one hunt at a time. The Bone Road is Bhashiva's hunting ground. Here begins her quest to recover ancient relics to strengthen her tribe and win the Iron Dragon's favor by crushing the enemies of Cathay. Tiger Warriors are the core of the White Tiger's army. Wielding axes, guandao, or discs, the Tiger Warriors stalk their prey to deliver ferocious ambushes and devastating charges. Joining the hunt is the Claw Speaker, a spellcaster of beasts, life, and shadow who's also formidable in melee. Alongside this hero is the Tiger Warrior Sawai, an anti-large, armor-piercing lord as fierce as the warriors he leads. Fulfilling her oath by completing missions and battling Zhao Ming's enemies earns Bhashiva Iron Favor, which she uses to unlock, develop, and call upon the armies of Xiangyang. But a people are more than their military might. Collect relics from captured settlements or from traveling the Ivory Road to spend within the Tiger Court and guide the Tiger Warriors' martial, diplomatic, and strategic advancement. Unspottable, the Hidden Huntress is the master of the hunt, a devastating anti-infantry flanker who wields the blades of Xiangyang to brutal effect. Disciplined, ferocious hunters. These are Bhashiva's Tiger Warriors. Honored to fight beside the armies of Xiangyang, ready to strike at the enemies of Grand Cathay.
Yeah, so she's arriving the 21st here quite soon, honestly. And this is a fantastic little bit here where they turn around and then she appears. Oh no, tigers!
To strike at the enemies of Grand Cathay.
And you're dead. Fantastic. So that's actually also a really, really good overview. They've gotten even better at these, where that shows off all of her campaign mechanics and everything the tiger people shall be bringing, the Tiger Warriors will be bringing. Good stuff. Now this one's fantastic, especially for $5 US. I can't give any kind of review or anything, but this is good stuff. I'm here for this. We'll have to see more and get hands on personally, and hopefully you all are looking forward to seeing that yourself. That's going to be all for this one. If you did enjoy, please remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub though, and I'll see you all fine folk in the next one.